does it? Yes, yeah. Hobbs is just going to drag somebody over, I think. Isn't it? Good to see you. I'm going to steal the.
There's a look at Tip Top Tara in trap 3. Matt Dartnell's runner. 24 starts, 9 wins for this greyhound. She'd been off the track, returned on the 11th of March with a win in a good 28.74 when winning an A6. Was upgraded to A5 last time. Quick away, led to the first bend, but that's where she was bumped. And she ended up finishing 5th behind Farlow Pongo. As the youngest in the field, trap 5, Robbie's Jet. Kevin Hutton's runner, just a pup. A May 15 youngster, 5 starts, 2 wins. Back-to-back successes here at the track in P7 and P6 grade. P standing for puppy races, restricted to the youngsters. Went into all-age company on the 7th and 18th of March, but without success, finishing 6th and 5th. Runners are poised to go into the traps. Last chance for a flutter here for our first race, the 6.56, the Fablink Stakes. The GTA Trainers Championship gets underway with the first leg. That's due at 7:11. All the details on the programme, of course, for the various points and the 6 trainers all involved. Kevin Hutton, Mark Wallace, Paul Young, Jimmy Wright, Seamus Cahill and John Mullins. Runners just about to go in here. Last one having its overcoat taken off. There they go. They're loading up here. Some Truth in trap 1, one of the first to go into the traps. So they're ready here for the first of the evening, the Fablink Stakes, grade A5, 480 metres. Favourites in 1, Some Truth for Heather Dimmock as the hare comes round. And here at Towcester, they're off, and what a good start from Some Truth. She leads up early then from 5, moving up in a second. Robbie's Jet. After these, we've got the 6, who just stumbled a little bit there as 5 went wide. So all of a sudden, Some Truth has got them towed out behind, some way behind at the moment, with 2 in second place, Swift Kaylee. After these comes 4, making a little bit of ground. That's Dinner Arnos. But as they come round the final bend, it's Some Truth well away here and will win easily in the end. 4 stays on for second place and 6 in third. 146, Some Truth, the winner for our first here at Towcester. 146, the result for the first, the 6.56, the Fablink Stakes here at Towcester. with 4 winners on the bounce. Bang, 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 bang. Glendenor races off in chase and runs a good bend, is railing tightly and now goes on. It's Glendenor racing the driving seat from the 4, Claire Solo.
Yes, good evening and welcome to Towcester Greyhound Stadium, the new home, of course, of the Greyhound Derby. We are here tonight for the GTA Trainers Championship. 8 live races, 6 trainers involved, but only one can be crowned the champion trainer this evening. So 8 live races, there are 6 trainers doing battle here, 6 of the finest masters of their trade, and Mark Wallace, who won it in 2010, is the favourite at 130. He's the champion trainer, of course. Jimmy Wright's in it for the first time, 7-2. Seamus Cahill, a 7-2 chance. He won it back in 2008 at Wimbledon. Kevin Hutton's won it for the last 2 years. He's a 9-2 chance to retain his crown. Paul Young, who was a winner in 2014 at Sheffield, is a 7-1 chance. And the big outsider is Mr. John Mullins, who shows at 4-0, 40-1. They're the 6 trainers. As I say, they are masters of their trade, and Jonathan Hobbs is here to join me at Towcester. Evening, Hobbsy.
Good evening, Enzo.
Good to be out on the balcony as well, out in the fresh air as well.
I mean,
tonight.
This is the future, isn't it? It is the new home of the Greyhound Derby. We've got a fantastic...
Great vantage point.
Vantage point, superb, and some brilliant racing in store. As you say, we've got the top 6 trainers in the country. Of course, Charlie Lister, 5 times the winner of the Trainers' Championship, finished in the places. Unfortunately, lack of staying talent means that Charlie's not here. John Mullins delighted to step into the breach, and some big prices about John Mullins. Crazy. Should be a lot shorter than that. They've all got a chance.
They have all got a chance. Of course, the story this morning about Jimmy Wright. It's going to be the last night the runners under his name, of course, before Angela Harrison takes over the full licence. So all the runners will be under her name soon. So in effect, he's still going to be around, but it won't be under his name after tonight.
Does that make him the best assistant trainer in the country? Very possibly, mightn't it be? But
if he wins it, of course,
absolutely.
He'll
he works.
1 out of 1.
He has worked as assistant to Graham Hutt, to Hayley Keithley as well. So I don't think not too much in the name change, really.
Okay,
won't worry too much about that.
I'm sure he's looking forward to Drippy's Buick, of course, the Greyhound of the Year running in the final race.
Absolutely, Greyhound of the Year, yeah.
Yeah. Here's your selections, Hobbsy. You've been studying hard again. I have. Putting in the extra hours to find these.
Well, I mean, Roswell Iceman has come in for Calco Flyer for Mark Wallace in the 7-11. I think he's got a massive chance. Drippy's Trapeze. I think it could be a good night for Jimmy Wright in the 7:26. Up against it, of course, with the likes of Ella Elagini in the field as well. Jumeirah Maximus, of course, as well. 7:43 going to go with Dorota's Wildcat, perhaps to turn the tables on the track record breaker from last week. Then Memphis Mafia for Team Hutton, Brinkley's King for Team Cahill, Wildfire Lynn and Bubbly Bluebird for Youngie. And in between those, another one for Hutton possibly, but a good spread of chances.
Okay, good luck to Hobbsy with his choices. I'll be buying those on the spreads later.
46 around that with Sporting Index.
While I do that, let's go and join Darryl and bid him a very good evening. Evening, Mr. Williams.
Thanks very much indeed. Well, this is the wonderful Towcester restaurant. You can see very busy here tonight, of course, for GTA Trainers Championship night. One man we want to have a word with this evening is Jimmy Wright. It's his first Trainers Championship, the first one he's taken part in. It's also, as we found out earlier today, going to be your last Trainers Championship, because rather dramatic news earlier in the day, Jimmy, that you've decided to hand in your licence, so to speak.
Yeah, it's actually a business thing that we've done. The 2 kennels, my kennel and Angela, run out the 1 kennel's no good for me or for Angela, so we've decided Angela to take the licence, me go back as a kennel hand, and nothing really changes.
Just to put everybody in the picture, of course, for those who don't know the whole story, obviously you had the licence, and then because of little incident that happened back end of the year, I think, you looked after the open dogs and Angela was looking after the graded greyhounds.
But it was under, Angela had her own licence, I had my own licence, but we're just going back to how it used to be under the 1 licence, because you get put in a position where sometimes I need some kennel hands to go and trial dogs in Bellevue or Monmore or something like that, and I've only got 1, so we're coming back as a team. She's going to run her dogs at Newcastle, I'll run them in Notams, and there's nothing changed from when we started.
There's nothing changed, Jimmy, except Angela's going to be your boss.
Well, I don't think so.
I thought you might say that. Look, let's talk about the team tonight, because it's fantastic you've taken up this chance here in the Trainers' Championship. And the dogs have been running well here, haven't they? You've sent a lot down for trials and in racing. The team looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, team's all right. I've got a couple of weaknesses. I've got Droopy's River. She's coming in. This is her first race of her life. She's very green, but that's all we had. The other 2 pups are not qualified at the moment, but we'll see how she goes. She's only a raw pup.
We've got to talk about Droopers Buick, of course. I mean, the trials, particularly those around Newcastle, have just been exceptional, haven't they?
Yeah, it's come back really good for his winter break. I think he'd done 16.65 the other night in a sprint, and the week before he'd done 28.15, which is flying. But this is his first race of the year, just like Bubbly Bluebird, and sometimes it takes him a couple of races just to get race fit.
Obviously, you beat Bluebird, of course, in the Eclipse. Will that have any bearing on what happens tonight?
I'm looking for my dog to break. If he breaks, I think when he breaks, he's one of the fastest dogs in the country. If he broke and led round, I'd be very disappointed if he got beat.
He runs in the last leg, of course, and Chellam Delano's a good greyhound to have in the leg before that. You've got real strength and depth late on in the competition.
Yes, Chellam Delano is a very, very fast dog. Sometimes if he gets caught on the outside of him, he pushes his cell out, which is really Achilles heel for him. But if he gets a clear run, he'll put a good account up for himself.
Pick out one other that would be, in your mind, a really good point scorer for you this evening.
I think if Droopy's 5 breaks how he could break, I think he'll get me a few points, first or second, I think.
As we say, it's the first time, and in effect, although hopefully Angela qualifies with you as assistant next year, the only time you've got a chance to win this. Big ask tonight, big competitive competition. Do you think the team is up to it?
I think it's a big ask for my dogs, because I have got a couple of weaknesses there with Coolavan, he smashed drawing wide, the short run to the bend, and then the pup. Slippy Amigo, he has the sickness, so I've only tried to gallop him fit this week. So there is a couple of negatives here, but we're here and we're going to enjoy it.
Absolutely. Listen, we wish you all the very best. Good luck for tonight, Jimmy, and indeed good luck in your new role. He's going to be number 2 to Andy. You don't realise what that means, but we'll wait and see what happens over the next few weeks. Good luck this evening. Let's go back to Tony.
I'm sure he's well used to be number 2 anyway. Let's move on, shall we, to the selections. These are our outright picks. Who do we think is going to win the GTA Trainers Championship? I've got with the man who's won it the last 2 years. He made all last year, and I've gone with Kevin Hutton. You've got with Jimmy Wright. You think he might have a chance of winning?
I do. I think Slippery Amigo in the first got a chance to pick up points, and it's about getting that, picking up points throughout the competition, of course.
One name missing from our selections, certain champion trainer. The last one is 8 years.
And the favourite, of course, as well. If Chappers was here, he'd be all over Mark, wouldn't he?
He would. I think 3-1, I think, this morning was the top price, wasn't it? I think, just looking down, though, a few of the bookmakers here on course are betting in running, and they'll be updating their prices on the Trainers Championship. We'll, of course, keep you up to date with the scores at home as well. 10 for a win, of course, then 7, 5, 3, 2, 1. There is Angela Harrison parading Jimmy Wright, Slippery Amigo. Trap 1 for the owners led by Mr. Clark. Decent form at Newcastle and Bellevue. Highly rated, good draw, and needs to lead the Trap 2 runner to the bend, I think.
Running out of Trap 2, representing Mark Wallace's Roswell Iceman, came in for Calco Flyer yesterday. He had a rough ride at Romford on Friday, but certainly didn't get away that well. He can trap a little bit better. I think 480, 500 here at Towcester would certainly suit him a little bit better than 400 at Romford, of course. And in front, he's a tough dog to beat.
Trap 3 is going to be Burgess Sugar Ray, looking to add or land a few jabs early on for John Mullins, the big outsider, and Lee Calcutt and Chris Waters. Trials against the Wonder Pup Mad About Owen recently. Ran at Yarmouth and won an A1 earlier in its career. Burgess Sugar Ray.
Now, Paul Young has, of course, got Bubbly Bluebird running in the top division of the 500. A little bit later on, he goes with Glenn Keel here, running for Ray Bourne and Young. Here, 4-1 chance at the moment. A greyhound who overcame a long losing run to strike gold, and not just Central Park, but at Hove as well. He's trialled. He'll improve for that trial here.
Farbank Franks owners, George and Mike Burton, of course, they've got experience in this competition before. They had Dragon Big Bucks in the sprint, didn't they, a couple of years ago. This one trained by Kevin Hutton, 7-1 shot. Does have a big scalp, Hobbsy. A certain Forrest Con was beaten by this dog at Wimbledon back in November in front of our cameras.
Absolutely, and he went on to win the Ladbrokes Puppy Derby, no less, as well. Ballymac Lister runs out of Trap 6. We may not have Charlie, but we've got Ballymac Lister running out of the stripes of Seamus Cahill, Dan Catchpole, Dave Lawrence, Matt Sharp and Damien Teven. No joy at Swindon last time, but he's a gutsy sort. He starts and he stays on his day. It's a very possible winner.
I thought 5 might be overpriced here. Farbank Frank, I mean, was only touched off by Ribaleon here a couple of weeks ago when it was fancied. I think he's got lots of early pace, so I think 7 to 1's a big price about Farbank Frank. Remember, this Greyhound has beaten Forest Con, albeit maybe fortunately at Wimbledon back in November. I thought 7s was a big price.
I think it is a big price. Nevertheless, I think Roswell Iceman, for me, in trap 2, was always going to go with trap 2 in this race. Had it been Calco Flyer, I could see perhaps Slippery Amigo turning in a pitch, perhaps trying to get close to Calco Flyer off the last bend. I'm not too sure he could get to Roswell Iceman in front. Mark Wallace's dog might just be away and get 10 points on the board for the champion trainer and the favourite for tonight's GTA Trainers Championship.
Now, we've heard from Jimmy Wright already. We will hear from the other 5 trainers who are here at the trainers' lunch, which you were here before, Hobbsy, last Thursday. So we'll hear from the other 5 big men later on. But of course, Jimmy Wright we've already heard from. He's got the trap 1 runner here at Slippery Amigo. They are then going forward. Let's go to our commentator tonight. It's Errol Blythe. Good evening, Errol.
Good evening, Tony. Good evening, everyone. The runners are going in then for our first leg of the GTA Trainers Championship. Slippery Amigo, the fractional favourite in trap 1 for Jimmy Wright, who of course is in his first Trainers Championship tonight. As they load up the boxes, there goes trap 2, Roswell Iceman, just cut to 11 to 4, was 3 to 1 a moment or two ago. And in finally goes trap 4, Glenkeel for trainer Paul Young. Okay, 2 trainers never won this championship so far, both John Mullins and Jimmy Wright. The hare is underway. This is the book your Derby tickets at toasterracecourse.co.uk standard Division C, part of the Trainers Championship. And away they go, and it's off to a level start. Here comes Roswell Iceman, though, leading up to Roswell Iceman for Mark Wallace, goes round in front. 6 tries to move up into second, but Slippery Amigo was having none of that. That moves up into second. After these comes 5. Farbank Frank as they head down the far side. Roswell Iceman are leader by 2 lengths at the moment. 1 after these, Slippery Amigo trying to slip through on the inside, switches to the outside as they come off the final bend. Then comes 5, Farbank Frank, and Slippery Amigo's quickened on nicely up the home straight. Slippery Amigo for Jimmy Wright. First blood to Jimmy, beats the 2 in second place. Roswell Iceman, Farbank Frank was third, and we'll give you the full order as soon as we receive it. So Slippery Amigo going on to score 10 points to Jimmy Wright in the first leg then of the GTA Trainers Championship. Coming up the home straight and picking off Roswell Iceman in the closing stages, who'd led for so long here. As we watch the action again, here's the full finishing order as they cross the line. Slippery Amigo winning then from Roswell Iceman in second. Then we had the 5 back in third, Farbank Frank. After this we had 3, Burgess Sugar Ray, followed by the 6, Ballymac Lister. And bringing up the rear was Glenkeel. So that's your order. 10 points going to Jimmy Wright in our first race. Roswell Iceman trapped brilliantly, showed early speed to lead at the first bend. Nothing wrong with that performance from Roswell Iceman. But Slippery Amigo had denied Ballymac Lister a run at the first bend and put itself in pole position to do the chasing. And Jimmy Wright's runner, who had a win over Bellevue's 590, started to cut into Roswell Iceman around the last 2 bends, and a powerful finish to win going away in the end from Roswell Iceman, who held on for second place, and Farbank Frank crossing the line in third. Here's a different angle for you. As they left the boxes, just a little bit of bumping between both 3, Burgess Sugar Ray and Glenkeel, as they came out of the traps. A little bit more crowding and bumping at that first bend, but as they went down the far side, Roswell Iceman just drifting off the rails a little bit. You can see Slippery Amigo was trying to move through on the inside, thought better of it, switched to the outside, and as strong as you like coming home, Slippery Amigo lands 10 points for Jimmy Wright to get him off to a flyer here. Here's another angle. Gents, over to you, Tony and Hobbsy. What did you make of the performance then? Great news for Jimmy Wright in this first leg.
I thought it was a smooth run, Errol, by Slippery Amigo to pick up Roswell Iceman. I must admit, when Roswell Iceman trapped out in front, I thought, well, Mark Wallace is going to put 10 on the board here, but Slippery Amigo, Jimmy Wright's first ever runner in a Trainers Championship race, Hobbsy, is a winner and did it very nicely indeed. He's
a nice dog, this one. He's a very strong running sword over 4 bends. Got that 6 bend experience as well, Newcastle and at Bellevue, and he's come through to pick up trap 2, Roswell Iceman. To be fair to Mark Wallace's dog, he's done everything right at the boxes. He showed terrific speed. Yes, he's probably short of a run, only had 2 runs since last October, so he'll come on for this. And in terms of perhaps, you know, Derby, etc., you know, he's a dog that will certainly be winning plenty of races for the rest of the year. You would hope Slippery Amigo, though, too close. I think, backers of the Blue Jacket probably knew their fate as soon as Slippery Amigo, who we know stays so well. There's plenty of stamina in the family. 4 wins now from 10 starts. A fantastic start for Jimmy Wright and the team, and they're set fair now.
And of course, if this Greyhound does come back for the Derby, which it could do, it'll be under the name of Angela Harrison, and every chance that she'll be back here with Droopy's Buick, obviously. But this wouldn't be a bad Greyhound to put in the Derby, would it, Slippery Amigo?
Yeah, I think his future has always, been over further anyway, really. But he's a sort of dog that, keep on qualifying. There's only one Greyhound Derby, so I'm sure he'll be a contender.
Here are the scores of the doors. It's 10 to Jimmy Wright, 7 to Mark Wallace, 5 to Kevin Hutton, 3 to John Mullins, 2 to Seamus Cahill, and 1 to Paul Young. 5 to 2 favourite, 11 to 4 your SPs. 1 beats 2 and 5. Let's go and join Darryl Williams.
Tony, thanks very much indeed. Perfect start then for Jimmy Wright. We'll catch you over with Jimmy in a second. We heard from him, of course, before the first race. This is Carl, though, who's a kennel hand for Jimmy here. That's a good start for the night, isn't it?
Yeah, cracking start, aye. Turned handy and down the back. You could say he was going to win going off the third.
I mean, he's got form, hasn't he, over a bit further, so once he was in that sort of position, he had a chance, didn't he?
Aye, cracking chance. He's been off with a sickness, but he's come back and he's in great form.
That's 10 on the ball. That's good for you. That's good for Jimmy as well. Perfect start, Jimmy.
Yeah, he's a good little dog. This is owned by Barry Cutton and a little syndicate we've got. They're all good lads, they're good people for my kennel,
Where are they watching tonight? Back at home?
They're all at home. They'll not put any juice in their car to come down. They'd rather watch it at home.
We could have had a whip round if we'd known.
yeah. But we've actually struggled with him. He had the sickness, and then I brought him here for a trial. He trialled good and dehydrated. So if you look at his card, he's only had 1 race this month. We've only had to gallop him fit, and we're a wee bit concerned if we had him fit enough. But
well, you certainly did.
Yeah.
Well done. Brilliant. That's 10 points on the board. Just going to have a very quick word with Mick Livesey over here briefly from Towcester. We've got this Towcester Greyhound sale, haven't we, coming up on the 9th of April, I think, isn't it, Sunday week?
We have, and there's going to be some fantastic lots here, Darryl, and there's a £10,000 bonus if the dog goes on and makes the Derby final. I think it's £5,000 to the seller and £5,000 to the buyer if the dog makes the Derby final, which is a great incentive, and it's going to be the first sale at Towcester, and we're all looking forward to it.
And of course, ticket sales for the Derby are going so well, and without a lot of promotion at the moment, but nevertheless, everybody is very quickly buying the tickets for the big nights.
They most certainly are. We've got some tickets left for the Westmead Oak Pavilion. We wanted to embrace some of the history of the Derby, but the rest of the hospitality has sold out. The restaurant's gone. All the corporate boxes and tickets for general admission are selling really well, and you can go on the website. £20 general admission. It's there. Towcester really is the future, Darryl.
It certainly is, Mick, and best to do that sooner rather than later. Thanks for the moment. Now, the Derby lunch, or indeed the Traders' Championship lunch, rather, took place here on Thursday. Julie Collier was with the trainers involved.
Well, Seamus, first of all, congratulations in making it into the Trainers' Championship again. How do you rate your chances this year?
I'd hope I'd be competitive in that. I think it's probably pretty even Steven through the whole lot. I think our draws haven't worked out too bad. We have 3 wide draws. They got 6, but that's where they want to be drawn, and that we have 3 railers, I think it was, and 2 2s and a 4. I'm happy enough. Certainly happy enough with the draws.
Who's your biggest banker of the night? Who do you see as your biggest point scorer?
I think probably it's a trap 6 dog. I think Brinkley's King. Just looking at the overall draw, I think he's probably the best drawn dog of mine, and his form is pretty good in that, and he'd be probably my number 1.
First of all, Kevin, are you excited about the Trainers' Championship?
Yeah, we can't wait. So we've been lucky enough to win it the last 2 years on the trot, so it's a great achievement in itself, and yeah, I think this year's is probably better than ever that we've been involved in, so yeah, very excited. Great dogs, great racing. Let's get it on. Yeah,
it's really open this year, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is, and I think the draws made it even more so. I think everyone's got good and bad draws in it, so I think it's wide open. Say some great dogs on show, so I think it'll be a terrific night's racing.
When the draw was made today, a little cheer went up from your table when Hirachi Medicine came out in trap 1. Why is that?
I think she'll be our banker now. She's got trap 1. She's a terrific bitch. She's in the form of her life. I actually think she's getting better, so I think trap 1 around here especially is a big plus. I think she'll be our best chance of winner on the night now.
Well, John, congratulations coming in as a late reserve to the Trainers' Championship, and well done for making up the numbers. How excited are you about the event?
Yeah, I'm really pleased. I mean, we really tried to get in the top 6. We weren't good enough, but we had a good year, and well, listen, I'm over the moon about being here.
And now you've come in, you've actually got a really good all-round team.
Yeah, we've had a good team. We've got 1 or 2 that have come on. We've got 1 or 2 new ones in. So yeah, we've got a strong team.
Who are you looking to for your big points on the night?
I'll go for Droopy 2. The obvious one is about Owen because he's got trap 2. So yeah, it's not too bad, but Droopy 2 I'll pick out.
Well, congratulations making it into the Trainers' Championship again as champion trainer again. How much are you looking forward to this event at your home track?
Yes, quite a lot actually. I always love these meetings. As I said well before, you know, I set my standards and precedent on winning the yearly thing, and that's something that we've been very, very good at lately. This actual Trainers' Championship has eluded us quite a few times, but it doesn't mean I don't enjoy it. We're not trying to win as hard as anything. Yeah, so it looks a very, very competitive affair this time.
Some of the draws have worked out pretty well for you. For example, Ella Genie, Pup Kings and your pup. Generally, how would you assess your team? Overall, we've got a competitive side, and a couple of the draws, we definitely had a couple of dogs running that were draw dependent. Ella Genie springs to mind. He's desperate for trap 1 and he's got that. We've got a really exciting new pup in Kingdom Legend, and he's got trap 1, which I was really pleased about because, as you know, with puppies that could be fraught with danger with them running a bit all over the place. You know, so I'm pleased that he's got trap 1, and the rest of the draws are fine. Well, Paul, you've been tipped up by 1 or 2 people here in the know today. How do you rate your chances come Tuesday?
We could have hoped for a couple of better draws, but we're in it, we're here, and we'll be there on the day.
Bubbly Bluebird, of course, goes in that final race, which I think we're all looking forward to. Looking forward to seeing him back in action, joining trap 1. How do you feel about that?
I don't think that'll hinder him too much. Like, you know, it's got plenty of room to run around here. I'd probably rather be drawn on the inside on the outside of them. Like, you know, we've got plenty of room to run on these straights here, and he's done a blinding trial here yesterday, so we look forward to it.
You're looking forward to that rematch with Droopy's Buick?
It's not a grudge match, like, you know. Obviously, we like to win the race. Obviously, you know, we got a long year ahead of him. We've got the derbies to look forward. So, you know, best dog will win on the night.
Who are you looking to for points on the night? Who are your sort of bankers of the night?
The bankers, I think there's Droopy's Dart there. I think he's a big runner there. Draw him where he is. A nice bitch there in the bitches, Wildfire Lane. You know, hopefully he'll be away and go and catch me if he can. That's her way of running her races. Mustang Golden, drawn trap 2. He's run at the top. He's done some nice trials here. You know. It's a nice team to look forward to.
Yes, good to hear from the other 5 guys involved in the Trainers' Championship this time around. And, of course, it's been the perfect start for Jimmy Wright with 10 on the board already. Mark Wallace on 7, Kevin Hutton on 5. As we head towards our second race of the night, Hobbsy, which, of course, is the sprint race, sponsored by Gain Greyhound Nutrition, this one.
That's right. I think William Rigney is in the house as well with Sean Trainer, and they put a lot into greyhound racing. So they've got involved with the Trainers' Championship, of course, which is organised by the GTA. Toast to the host. What a fantastic lunch, Trainers' Championship lunch on Thursday, which was it's a traditional date for the trainers to enjoy their afternoon. There's a fantastic speech from Lord Hesketh with his vision for the future, which was very uplifting, very great stuff.
Yeah, great facilities here, not just in the restaurant, but downstairs as well for the punters, Hobbs. You've got such a choice of how to place a bet here. It really is a top facility. Here is Ella Genie, one of the top sprinters in the land for Alex Antonio and John Schofield. A rare blip, I thought, at Swindon last week. Just didn't get the run behind Jumeirah Maximus, but drawn to attack from trap 1. He's a big dog, Ella Genie, for Mark Wallace.
And the greyhound who finished in front of him, of course, at Swindon, Jumeirah Maximus, who edged out Skywalker Archie. And that thrilling finish, of course, on Art Night at Swindon. Runs for Seamus Cahill, Tony Campsell.
John Mullins runs this Greyhound here. This is My Mate Max, who goes out of trap 3 for Chris Waters and Lee Calcutt. Greyhound was very good open race form. He wasn't beaten that far at Hendo recently. Also second recently as well around here. That is My Mate Max in 3.
Can't help thinking he's a big price. Yes, he's more of a 4-Ben Greyhound, but he can ping at times. A dog that certainly can ping is Toolmaker Rambo, running out of trap 4. It's a wider draw than probably is ideal for Paul Young's Greyhound, for Mr. Munnelly and Mr.
Right, we're back on, which is great news. Right, the Greyhounds behind the traps. Let's have a quick look at the betting here. Quickly go down and see what we've got. Trap 1, 2 to 1. Trap 2, 5 to 2. 5 to 1, trap 3. 9 to 2, trap 4. 4 to 1, trap 5. 3 to 1, trap 6. So your favourite at the moment, trap 1, LA Genie. So, Greyhounds going in. Time to cut to the commentary.
Got to talk with Andrew, haven't we?
Right, we'll quickly get the trophy presentation done. As I say, this was the Gain Greyhound Nutrition Sprint. Grateful thanks to Sean and Willie for their support here, presenting the trophy. Second winner of the night, Jimmy Wright, droop his trapeze. Very well done.
Welcome back to Towcester Stadium. The lights are going on, of course, as darkness begins to set upon the Northamptonshire venue, the new home of the Derby. Apologies again for our little power issue earlier on, a slight delay to the sprint race, but we are back now and the Greyhounds are coming out for our next live race here at Towcester. It's the third leg of the GTA Trainers Championship. And Trap 1 is Kingdom Legend for Billy Boyle, who I've just seen down below having a few quid on. Stephen Potter also owns his Greyhound. Mark Wallace trains. Debut for Wallace has caught the iron trials here. Could be anything, this Kingdom Legend, 11-2.
You can spot Billy with that lovely pink jumper. He stands out a mile. Mad About Owen runs out of trap 2 for John Mullins and Chris Waters. Track record on debut. A wonderfully impressive performance from the youngster last week when beating Dorota's Wildcat. Same again from the boxes. And certainly John Mullins' runner will be in the hot seat.
Droopy's River for the man of the moment, Jimmy Wright. Tony Campbell, John Hardman and Kevin Lee's own this Greyhound. This dog makes his debut here. Fair trials, might improve for the run, but very well bred. Is that Jimmy's daughter, I think, parading the Greyhound? Emma is parading the Greyhound there, trap 3.
Running out of trap 4, should have been Bridgehouse Boy, was withdrawn today. Crossfield Giles runs for the Crossfield 7, of course, and a Greyhound who finished behind Forest Con in the Labrooks Puppy Derby, but then beat that dog and trialled well, 30.09. Certainly will have to improve time-wise, but will.
Donald Mitchell's parading Dorota's Wildcat for Kevin Hutton, the reigning champion, of course. He's going to have to go some, isn't he, to retain his crown, the big man. This one owned by Jimmy Gurney as well. Trap 5, Dorota's Wildcat, second, of course, behind Trap 2 last week in that very fast run.
Yeah, only 4 races on Dorota's Wildcat's card, already described as a superstar by Kevin Hutton. Droopy's Argento runs out of trap 6 for Paul Young and Roger Brown, and certainly a Greyhound who will improve for 3 trials here, certainly accustomed to Towcester now. Let's go and catch up with Young. He's talking to Julie downstairs.
I'm not downstairs, I'm upstairs in the restaurant. Paul Young enjoying a very, very nice looking dinner here in the restaurant. Is it nice?
Beautiful, lovely. Waiting for the dessert now.
I won't interrupt your dessert, I promise. You're lying third place at the moment. Happy enough with that at this stage?
Yeah, I am, yeah. Obviously, still a long way to go, so as long as the dog's rung to full, collect some more points.
If you could just keep picking up points like that, could be crucial tonight, couldn't it? It's very open.
It definitely, yeah. You know, it's still a long way to go, but, you know, as long as they come to safe and sound.
Going well for Jimmy Wright so far. Droopy's Argento goes for you in the next race, just his 4th career race. What are you expecting?
She's very fast, but obviously she's the widest runner. Like, she wouldn't want nothing up her inside round the first, but I don't know, I think she'll run well anyway.
Wish you all the best. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck to Paul Young, former winner of this great competition, of course. I've gone with the 5 here, Dorota's Wildcat for Kevin Hutton, likewise Hobbsy. Errol with the 2, the track record holder, Mad About Owen, who was so impressive last week here. Julie also with 2, likewise Darryl. 7-4, 2, 2-1, the 5. Looking for revenge, Dorota's Wildcat, who I thought was a big player for this year's Monmore Puppy Derby, but it didn't quite work out. Let's go and join Errol for the third leg of the Trainers Championship. All yours, Errol.
Yes, the third leg of the Trainers Championship then coming up. This is the Dunham Greyhound Centre Puppy. All these races worth £750. The winning trainer, of course, picks off a prize of £7,500. The hare is on the move. Get ready, 500 metres as the hare spins round. And away they go, and racing up towards the first bend. What a start then from Crossfield Giles in 4. Leads up early from 5. Dorota's Wildcat trying to pace up on the inside is 2. Mad About Owen as they go round the turn. Crossfield Giles moves off, and all of a sudden Mad About Owen's got a run. And there's a bit of a roar go up for John Mullins' runner. 1 Kingdom Legend improves up into second as they come around the last 2 bends. It's Mad About Owen leading the way here from 1 Kingdom Legend. After these comes the 5 Dorota's Wildcat running to the line. It's Mad About Owen a length up, and that's enough by a head in the end from the 1 Kingdom Legend back in second, and 5 Dorota's Wildcat back in third. John Mullins with the 10 points this time in the Trainers Championship, with Mad About Owen going on to land the spoils here, with Kingdom Legend finishing back in second place. So the third leg, the puppy race here. Mad About Owen got a little bit lucky going into the first bend as Crossfield Giles in 4 didn't help the chances there of Dorota's Wildcat up on the outside. As we watch the action again, when they left the traps, 6 was slow to go. Droopy's Argento, so was the 3 Droopy's River. As they went round the bend, 4. Crossfield Giles just moving off at that point, hampering the 5 Dorota's Wildcat. Beautiful run for Mad About Owen in trap 2 as they went down towards that third bend. All of a sudden, following it through was Kingdom Legend, who started to pick up ground on debut. Big run from Kingdom Legend because it saw the trip out really well, was closing upon Mad About Owen, who holds on by a long neck in the end from 1 back in second. Then we had the 5, 6, 4 and 3. That's the full order then for the race as we watch the action again. Going round the bend, you can see just at that point Crossfield Giles moving off. No luck for Dorota's Wildcat. Great run on the inside for Mad About Owen, who hadn't come away as sprightly as it did last week when doing the clock. In behind, Kingdom Legend eating up the ground and really coming on strong up the home straight. Enzo Hobbsy. Mullins is on the board with 10 points there.
It's a big 10, a much-needed 10 for John Mullins. Maybe unfortunate for Trap 5, Dorota's Wildcat. Wrong place, wrong time at the bend. Just went into Trap 4, who gave it a broadside off the second turn there. Crossfield Giles, but Trap 2 took full advantage. Mad About Owen, the track record holder, burning down the far side to go into a clear lead. But Trap 1, what a big run on Davey that was. Kingdom Legend looks a real name to put in your notebook.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 2 out of 2. Most importantly for John Mullins and Chris Waters, a huge cheer went up when he hit the front. And, of course, 10 points for Team Mullins to boot as well. Of course, it was Crossfield Giles who did for Charlie's dog in the Ladbrokes Puppy Derby, but moving off Dorota's Wildcat, absolutely no room whatsoever. Very unlucky, I think, Kevin Hutton's Greyhound, but the track record holder took full advantage. This was a test for him as well. He managed to get away in his first race last week, but on this occasion he's had a little bit of a tussle with Kingdom Legend into the bend. You can see that the 4 Crossfield Giles is pacing up and just drifts off slightly, and as Dorota's Wildcat's going to try and cut the bend, the room is not there, and that's allowed Mad About Owen, who was bought as a Derby dog by Chris Waters and John Mullins, and 2 out of 2. It's an impressive start.
It is no winner yet for Mark Wallace, but he's got, I make it 19 points to the board with 2 seconds and a third. That's what it's about, isn't it? Picking up the seconds, picking up the thirds, and he's right now on Jimmy's tail.
It is. I mean, when I looked at the 8 races, I've ended up, I think, just tipping one of Jimmy Wright's grounds. But overall, I fancied he had a massive chance. You know, of course, he's got those 2 wins on the board already. No question, Droopers Argento, one of those greyhounds. You know, how wide has this greyhound run? And I think that's going to be an issue, certainly in terms of the Derby. 1 or 2 wide runners may not just handle Towcester, but up front, likes are Mad About Owen, Dorota's Wildcat certainly will and have run Towcester extremely well. Certainly the 2 track record that time last week, impressive on debut. He's going to build on that moving forward.
It was quite close for 4th place in the end, wasn't it? In the end, look how wide 6 has gone there, right on the outside. Droopy's Argento for Paul Young. Forfeiting many lengths there, Droopy's Argento. But Trap 2, right place, right time, wasn't it? We're expecting the Greyhound to ping out. He didn't do that, Mad About Owen, tonight, but he took full advantage of the trouble between 4 and 5. I think 5 was a bit unlucky to Dorota's Wildcat, wouldn't it? Just taken out of that second bend and couldn't quite get himself back into the mix. But this is a lovely dog, isn't it? 2 out of 2, Mad About Owen, track record holder for Chris Waters and John Mullins. Let's go and join Darryl now, hopefully with some winning connections.
Tony, thanks very much indeed. It's incredible performance again from Mad About Owen when you think he is so young. And here we are, John, the clock last week, and now this performance. He looks exceptional, doesn't he?
He looks all right, yeah. He looks all right.
He looks better than that, doesn't he?
Well, we've got to keep our feet on the ground. Second race, but this is the way he's won it tonight. Because he hasn't come away. I didn't really expect him to come away because last week he was fresh. But I'm just pleased the way he's done it. He got a nice run on the first and second bend. But it was a good race, wasn't it? So he wasn't lucky.
It was a very good race, as you say, a well-executed performance.
It was a very well-executed performance. I mean, he's done it from behind, so, you know, I'm very pleased.
As you say, it's a case of keeping your feet on the ground with him, but of course people will be thinking, this is the Derby host, this is Towcester, he's the track record holder. How do we not get carried away?
Because we can't afford to.
What are you going to do with him now over the next month or 2 ahead of, obviously, the Derby?
Well, I haven't spoken to Chris yet. We've got to sit down and speak, as he said last week.
Well, we're going to talk to him in a second, but...
you know, we're just going to keep him ticking over. You know, I'm not saying he's not going to Shorefield for the puppy race there, but as I said, I haven't spoken to the owner. It depends if we go for the Scottish Derby. You know, these are the sort of tracks he'll be staying at anyway.
Well, it's a nice little problem to be sitting down and talking about, that's for sure.
It is a nice little problem. I'd just like to mention, thanks to John for getting him, John Sullivan. He got told me about him months ago. But I'd also like to wish Pat Curtin the best of luck for tomorrow at his meeting in Shelbourne or wherever in Dublin to get them
absolutely. Yeah. Well said, John. Just give me one more very briefly before you go. One more of yours tonight you think will run really well.
Droopy Sue.
That'll do. That's fantastic. Thank you. So you've got to sit down, Chris, and talk with John, but you can tell us first. I mean, come on, how do we not get totally carried away with a greyhound like this?
Have a dog with John Mullins here, keep your feet on the ground.
he probably would, yes.
As for having a chat, yeah, we'll sit down and then John will decide. So we'll leave it to John and we'll just take it. We needed him tonight for the competition, for the Trainers' Championship. Obviously, he's ever so young. He's only September 15, 18 months old. So we've got all the time in the world with him at the moment. So.
I mean, you've had some fantastic greyhounds, of course, in your time. You're involved in a lot of good greyhounds at the moment, but this one could be just right up there, couldn't he, potentially?
Yeah. I never thought I'd get another Swift Keith, so, you know, he's up there, isn't he? So, yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, really good. Thanks.
Thank you, Chris. He's got a good one there on his hands, that's for sure. Let's go back to Tony.
Yeah, he certainly has. I guess Swift Keith, the best dog they've had before, Chris Waters and John Mullins, but this dog could be even better than that former East Anglian Derby champ. John Mullins, that takes him up to 15. Jimmy Wright still leads the way, but only 1 point there with a 6th place finisher, 21. Mark Wallace with 19. Mullins on 15. The others 11 each for Hutton and Young, and Seamus Carhill on 7. Look at the setting. Beautiful as the sun descends and night time falls on Towcester Racecourse. The lights come on, and this wonderful facility beautifully lit up by the lights here around the stadium, and as you can see on the concourse and the grandstand. We'll head for a break then. 3 legs gone, still plenty more to come in the Trainers' Championship.
Right, okay. Let's just very quickly update you on the scores after race number 4, 3rd leg of this. In the front, James Wright, 21 points. 2nd place, Mark Wallace on 19. 3rd, John Mullins on 15. And then Kevin Hutton and Paul Young both on 11. And Seamus Carhill on 7. So at the moment, Jimmy Wright is in the lead there with 21 points, as you can see on the big screen, but all to play for. Lots of points still on offer as the competition hots up. Lots of atmosphere tonight. We've got our 3 bookmakers here with us. They're all sponsoring tonight, so thanks, guys, for your support. We'll see you in the winners' enclosure in a little bit. And we've got a few celebrations here with us tonight. We'll announce a few of those a little bit later on as we keep going. But competitive racing, it's really good stuff, and this is a great prelude to the big event here at Towcester. Don't forget, the Greyhound Derby comes here this year. Huge event. Full details on our website, but the biggest event in the world, and we're delighted to be hosting it here at Towcester this year. Full details are on our website. But meantime, the Greyhounds are coming out across to the track. As I say, we've got all the points to pay for here. We've got race number 5 coming up. Barry Johnson walking through, look, most appropriately sponsoring the Stayers Stakes. Stays as long as your mother-in-law.
Well, we're down here at the kennelling area before our next race. The Greyhounds are already leaving to head to the track. It's a long way from the kennels to the track, as the Greyhounds have to leave very early. Here's Droopy Start, led up by Miriam Young on his way to the track. And finally, Trap 6, Koulibaly Smash. Greyhounds being checked over by the vets as they leave the kennels. Koulibaly Smash is huge. Look at him. Massive dog. Good work, Angela. There we go. On their way to the track.
Yeah, good work there from Julie Collish. A little jog down to the kennels during the break to have a look at the runners coming out. And of course, they're brought out onto the track. They are on the track right now for our next race. This is the bet with Barry Johnson stayers, and trap 1 is Memphis Mafia for Kevin Hutton, the reigning champion. Henlo Christmas Cesarewicz winner in 2016. And beat a greyhound called Murray's Act at Romford as well, and was actually second this race last year behind Millward's Master.
Yeah, cracking draw against the fence for Memphis Mafia. Running out of trap 2, Coconut Corker, running for Seamus Cahill. Impressed during the Coronation Cup at Romford. This one's owned by the trainingbrokers.co.uk syndicates, and decent enough trial.
Needs a few points, isn't he, Seamus, at the moment? Trap 3 is going to be Dashing Star. John Mullins, Lee Calcutt and Keith Parkin own this greyhound. Kent Cesarewicz winner twice, of course, 2015 and 2016 at Crayford. Stays a bit further. Might just be tapped for early speed against these. Dashing Star, 16-1.
Ruby's Rascal runs out of trap 4. He's got a fantastic record at Towcester. Of course, no match for the quite awesome, imperious Roxo Magic in that match at Romford last week. And Roxo Magic, of course, runs at Sheffield tonight. Ruby's Rascal looking to try to dominate from 4.
Droopy Start is a Golden Jacket semi-finalist at Crayford. Goes for Paul Young and Paul Jarrard. Good second at Hall Green as well in front of our cameras in January.
Yeah, remiss that Mark Wallace, of course, trains Ruby's Rascal. Koulibaly Smash, trained by Jimmy Wright. Some good four-bend form during the Northern Puppy Derby last year, owned by the Conlon family. Stepping up in distance, finished behind Calzaghe Jan at Newcastle. Didn't get the clearest of runs. This is the bet with Barry R. Johnson. Stayer Stakes, of course, remiss not to mention that it was the Dunham Greyhound Centre Puppy previously. The presentation made by Dave and Jane Houghton.
They are about to go in their selections here. It's a big race, this, isn't it? Mark Wallace could well take the lead here, couldn't he, with Ruby's Rascal, the 6-4 favourite. Jimmy Wright with a bit of an outsider in Koulibaly Smash. To a long way to go, though. Of course, Wright currently leads, doesn't he, on 21 points. He's got the lead over Mark Wallace, but the champion trainer is hot on his tail at the moment with Ruby's Rascal here in trap 4. Greyhound, who, of course, was beaten the match last time.
Absolutely, and, you know, beaten a long way in the end, but he'll try to cut loose. He's got that impressive Towcester record, but be interesting to see. Dashing Star, we know, is a marathon, not that quickly away. I like Memphis Mafia. I think the great draw against the fence for this dog of Kevin Hutton. So consistent. Some decent form at Romford recently.
They are going in. Let's go and join Errol for the Stayers race.
Yes, the last one just going in. That's Koulibaly Smash for Jimmy Wright, top of the table at the moment, but the others are closing. Tia about to wave the flag. There we go. The hare is on the move. This is the bet with Barry R. Johnson. Stayer Stakes, £750 to the winner, 655 metres in front of them. Here comes the hare, and there they go, and racing out of the boxes. And 4, Ruby's Rascal flew out, leads here for Mark Wallace. So Ruby's Rascal leads round from 5, Droopy Start pressing for Paul Young. After these comes 2, Coconut Corker back in 3rd. Then we've got 6, Koulibaly Smash. On the inside comes Memphis Mafia, and bringing up the rear by some distance at the moment, Dashing Star a little bit outpaced. As they head down the far side, it's 4, Ruby's Rascal, a 2-length leader here from 5, Droopy Start. But as they come down towards the penultimate turn, Ruby's Rascal with this 2-length buffer over 5, Droopy Start. These two are away from Coconut Corker back in 3rd. As they come up the home straight, they're roaring this one home for Mark Wallace. It's Ruby's Rascal who'll win this leg. Goes on to beat back in 2nd, 5, Droopy Start. Coconut Corker crossed the line in 3rd. The other placings to follow. Ruby's Rascal going on to land the spoils. Landing the spoils there for Mark Wallace, who will now go top of the table. And Julie's caught hold of Mark.
Congratulations, Mark. As you would expect, Mark enjoying himself, enjoying the action up here in a box at Towcester. That was a really good winner. You enjoyed that?
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's brilliant being up here at Towcester. You know, the facilities here are awesome. You know, we've got the box here full of our owners and supporters, and it's great to have a winner. I said I'm not really worried about the result tonight, as long as we had a winner tonight, and I thought he was our best chance.
Perhaps some unfair criticism he got after the match race. Good to see him come out and perform like that.
Yeah, it was a little bit because, you know, no doubt he got absolutely destroyed, but that's one of the best bitches you're ever likely to see in ground racing, and, you know, she she absolutely tore him apart and broke his heart a little bit. But this is more his track and his distance, and you know, he didn't have a great draw there, but you know, you've got to come out, and he's come out really well there, and showed us all what he's really capable of.
Lovely to see him back to winning ways. It's going to take you a while to get back to the podium, so I'll let you go. But if you just spin around, you can see all the family and friends, all the connections here, enjoying themselves. Daniel, Mark's son, just there, and Emily, daughter, wife Sarah. Everyone's here tonight, enjoying themselves up here at Towcester.
Yeah, a chance to review the action. What a great run from Ruby's Rascal, going on to take the 10 points for Mark Wallace. Back in second was Droopy's Dart, of course, for Paul Young. In third place came Coconut Corker for Seamus Cahill. Fourth went to Coulivanni Smash in Trap 6. Fifth went to Trap 1, Memphis Mafia. And bringing up the rear was Dashing Star, who could never land a blow for John Mullins at the back. But Ruby's Rascal, once out in front, you just knew what was going to happen. Droopy's Dart has run well in defeat in second place, with also back in third there Coconut Corker running a big race for Seamus Cahill. But Ruby's Rascal recording a time of 38.99, just 9 spots off the clock here for 655 metres, latching on to the hare and showing the class that he has shown on many occasions in the past. Don't forget, of course, we saw him win the Yorkshire St Leger and the Great North Run last year, 5th in the St Leger. But we also remember that the Greyhound was, of course, beaten by Roxo Magic in that match race recently. How good is Roxo Magic, having witnessed this here at Towcester? Great run from Ruby's Rascal, going on to land the spoils here from back in second, Droopy's Dart. Gents, Wallace is top of the table.
He is. He's hit the front for the first time, Errol, after 4 races at halfway. He has 29 points, the champion trainer, and Ruby's Rascal, as Errol was saying, I mean, he was dismantled by Roxo Magic in that match at Romford. But Mark saying, you know, one of the best bitches of all time that she probably is.
She was incredible that night as well, and she's just an incredible bitch anyway, a marathon star, and she caught Ruby's Rascal pretty quickly and then just drew away, almost freakish, really. I mean, you could argue that Romford really isn't Ruby's Rascal's track. He's much better suited to here, and I think he's proved that tonight. This is fantastic for John Clark, because I think in all this, the match talk, the incredible sort of sporting gesture of Mark and John Clark came through, and this is, if anything, compensation. I think Mark got it on the night with Clondotti Alex winning the golden sprint, but for John, this was brilliant to see Ruby's Rascal in full flow at Towcester on GTA Trainers Championship night. Was brilliant. Well done to Droopy's Dart for Youngie in second place as well. That's big. It's a big run. It's big points as well, and great for Team Wallace. And of course, you could see, I think it was wife Sarah just escaping. Her mum, of course, Linda Jones, won the Trainers Championship at Walthamstow all those many years ago. Sorry to remind you, it was that many years ago, Linda. 1999, I think it was.
Yeah, you were about 12 when you Hobbsy back then. Well done to Ruby's Rascal, who won. The 6-4 favourites. Here are the scores on the doors. We've got Wallace on 29, Jimmy Wright 24, now playing catch-up. Paul Young on 18, John Mullins on 16, Kevin Hutton, defending champion, on 13, and Seamus Cahill, who got 5 points there, on 12. Let's go and join Darryl Williams now at the presentation area. Darryl.
It's exactly, Tony, what Ruby's Rascal needed. Of course, a break like that, it maintains his unbeaten record over course and distance. Let's come round and have a word with his owner here, John Clark. I think it's fair to say a man who loves winning races on Sky.
Yeah, well, we reserve the best for Sky, don't we?
You seem to, John.
Yeah, I mean, he's run well tonight. Very pleased with him. Put Mark back in the race.
You must have known, the moment the box is open, he's out in front, you must have thought, well, this is ours.
Darryl, I never think that. I mean...
Be honest, you're talking to me.
Yeah. I mean, he had a decent lead, and he stays, and he's not likely to get picked up.
But 10 points for Mark, important 10 points for Mark. Now, tell me about Razzle in the last race here, because could we get the most crazy of results possible here? Can Razzle turn over Buick and Bluebird and the rest?
No, but she can score some points. I think she'll be running on from the back, and hopefully she can, get up to third or fourth, something like that.
Is that the reasoning behind putting her in that race? Because it's all about trying to maximise your point scoring.
You need to ask the trainer.
Shall we ask the trainer? He has stood. I know Julie spoke to you a moment ago, but is that the theory behind Razzle in the final race?
It was, yeah. There was such good early pace in that last race. I didn't really feel I had a dog capable of matching those two dogs to the corner. So it's a tactical decision with a great bitch, I might add. And she was. This is where she started her career, and she's run some terrific races. She got a 28, 20 or 30 on her card as well. If she could tuck in behind the two really tight, she wouldn't be too far away. But you know, the job for her is perhaps to try and finish third and let the two great guns battle out. Hopefully, it'll be a tremendous race between them two, which is what plenty of people have come here to watch.
Absolutely, we're looking forward to that race immensely. But for the moment, Mark, you lead the pile. Let's head back and rejoin Julie.
Thanks very much, Darryl. Back up in the boxes here. I'm joined by Kevin Hutton, of course, who has won this the last 2 years running, but currently lying in 5th. But if there's a man who knows that he can come from off the pace in the Trainers' Championship, it's you, isn't it, Kevin?
Yeah, we've been in this position before, probably worse than this actually, so it's all to play for still. I thought we scored okay from the first 2 legs, which were always going to be our most difficult. The Wildcat pup was desperate again, you know, the 4 dogs moved off badly and done him 2 or 3 times, but that's the way it goes. And the Mafia dog, we was a little bit disappointed with. He's missed the break, but to be fair to the winner, he's done a flying time, so you know, I doubt we could have done that anyway. So the next 2 or 3 races are huge for us now.
Where are we looking to for points in particular? You've still got your darling Harachi Madison to come.
Yeah, my little baby's still to run. She's our nap of the night, so she's a massive chance. Empress Katie would be another massive chance. The Madfrit dog, don't know whether he can win, but he's a dog that will score well for you. And our dog in the last heat's got a desperately bad draw in 6, you know, against a top class field. So we need this fella to score well, and then Katie and Madison to both oblige to have a chance, but it's all doable still.
Good luck. I hope you can notch up a few points in the next few races, make a battle of it. Won it the last 2 years, Enzo. Can he do it again?
He's going to need a comeback of 2015 proportions, I think, isn't he, the big man from where he is at the moment. Mark Wallace trailblazing at half-time duels. He's got 29, the champion trainer, and he has the lead after that maximum from Ruby's Rascal, who was tremendously impressive in the Stayers race. 29 for Mark Wallace. Jimmy Wright still there with every chance on 24. Big race coming up for him in the next. Paul Young on 18. He, of course, has still got the Bluebird to fly in the final leg. John Mullins on 16. Kevin Hutton 13. Seamus Cahill on 12. We're half-time in the GTA Trainers Championship. Stay tuned for more live action.
Right, let's have a quick look at the scoreboard again. As we can see, Mark Wallace with that maximum points now has gone into the lead with 29 points. Jimmy Wright is second position, 24. Paul Young on 18. John Mullins 17. Defending champion Kevin Hutton 12, and Seamus Cahill 12 as well. But all to play for. We're literally only halfway through at the moment, so 4 legs to go. Lots of points still to be gained, and the competition really hotting up, and home trainer Mark Wallace gets his head in front, but Jimmy Wright right on his tail, and all the rest still in contention. So exciting old times. Great trophy presentation from Barry Johnson there, I thought. Stayers Stakes, most appropriate, Barry, for somebody of your age. I thought that was most appropriate. So, but we got the next sponsors. All our bookmakers are involved tonight, so we're going to see them in the trophy presentation a little bit later on. So a quick look at the market here. Trap 1, Adagio Gold 5-1. Droopis Trap 2, 5-2. Madfrit Trap 3 is at 2-1. We've then got 7-2. Trap 4. Outsider 8-1. Trap 5, and Trap 6 right down the bottom there. 5-4 is your favourite. So Trap 6 is the market leader at the moment, but lots of points to play for. Greyhounds on their way down. Come and have a look at them here as they approach. Heading out onto the track. Leg 5 coming up of the Greyhound Championship.
Welcome back. This is the Nigel Flowers and Glenn Colton Bookmakers Standard, and Trap 1 is Adagio Goal for the Trainers Championship leader, Mark Wallace, for Dick and Ann Barfoot, running the Bags Track Championships at Perry Bar, and has won well here recently. Good draw, I think, as well for Adagio Gold, 6-1 in Trap 1.
Running out of Trap 2 is Droopy's 5, trained by Jimmy Wright for the Conlon family, and a greyhound who trialled well, 29.47, looking to step up on that. Should battle with Adagio Gold for the early gains inside.
Trap 3 is going to be Kevin Hutton's runner here for the K. Sarah Syndicate. This is Mad for It, behind Empress Katie at Swindon on Arc Night, St Ledger quarter finalist, and also a Hello Christmas St Ledger finalist, and a Prestige finalist to boot. Mad for It.
Running out of Trap 4 is Droopy's Who, trained by John Mullins, a son of a champion racer in Droopy's 12s, and he had 11 races, 3 wins on the card, and ran well behind a good sprinter by the name of Cotton Pants last time. Droopy's Who in 4.
Trap 5 is going to be TJ's Apache for Terry Nichols and Paul Young. Trafalgar Cup finalist at Monmore last year, this greyhound. Also a semi-finalist Hobbsy, the Kent Derby as well. TJ's Apache in 5.
And running out of Trap 6 is Brinkley's King, a greyhound who's got a 29.34 trial here. He has been given the banker by Seamus Cahill for his team this evening. Certainly the only wide runner here. It looks a plot draw for the Kearns Memorial champion, owned by Jimmy Austin, Con Bowles, Tony Campsell and Steve Evans.
Yeah, I think Tony Campsell's in the northeast tonight, top owner of course, and Seamus Cahill needs a 10, doesn't he? He needs to start getting a few on the board. Kevin Hutton also needs a few points here from his runner in Trap 3, but as you can see, the selections here range between a variety of the runners. Trap 6 obviously popular, Brinkley's King.
Absolutely very popular. It looks, you know, it's a decent draw on paper for Brinkley's King. I mean, Droopy's 5 ran a pretty good trial, you have to say, as well. He's got plenty of pace inside, and of course, Seamus Cahill won the Trainers' Championship meeting. In fact, he was the trainer who won the last Trainers' Championship meeting at Wimbledon, of course, back in 2008.
Seems a long time ago now, Hobbsy. Droopy's Who was given a good word by John Mullins when Darryl interviewed him earlier, said it was his best remaining chance after Mad About Owen's victory. So Droopy's Who, another greyhound with lots of good form. This is a really hot race, this contest. We're looking forward to this one, but Brinkley's King, you're 5-4, Johnny. Wrist at the moment in the ring about Brinkley's.
Yeah, Brinkley's King, of course, has come here with a good look round recently, having beaten Bridgehouse Boy in a trial in 29.41. Certainly looked impressive on that occasion. It's got the stripes that it so much craves, and of course is a greyhound that has been in good form already this year, as you touched upon, with wins at Romford in 35.51, Central Park 30.23, 30.21 when winning the Kearns Memorial, and winning at Swindon in 28.51. Market leader at 11-10. Seamus Cahill, of course, trains. Teresa there just about to take the overcoat off and pop Brinkley's King into the traps. That's the market leader then for this, the Flowers and Colton Bookmakers Standard B race, as the runners are just about to go in. Here they go. TJ's Apache going in for Paul Young in Trap 5. Wins have come at Monmore in 28.26, a very flashy time, and Wimbledon's 28.83. 0 from 2 so far this year, though, for TJ's Apache. Just going in Droopy's Who at 7-2 for trainer John Mullins, 4th in the Kent Derby last year. 0 from 3 so far this year, though. Tear with the flag. Waves it. The hair is in motion. £750 up for grabs then for the Flowers and Colton Bookmakers Standard, part of the Trainers' Championship. Away they go. Brinkley's King started reasonably well. Droopy's Who quicker to the bend, though. So 4, Droopy's Who will race round in front from 6. Brinkley's King, who's off in chase. After these comes 2. Droopy's 5. Then a break back to 1. Adagio Gold. 3, Mad for It towards the back as well, with TJ's Apache as they come into the second last bend. And 4, Droopy's Who still has the edge, but 6, Brinkley's King is inching closer as they come off the final bend. And Brinkley's King now gets to grips. Edges on as they race up towards the line from Droopy's Who. Brinkley's King by a neck goes on to beat Droopy's Who in second place. It was fairly close for third, but Seamus Cahill bags the 10 points there in this heat of the Trainers' Championship, going on to beat Droopy's Who for John Mullins in second place, and we'll clarify third in a moment. So watching the action again, can tell you that Droopy's 5 finished back in third. Then after these we had Mad for It, who finished in 4th place. In 5th place, Adagio Gold, and bringing up the rear was TJ's Apache. But you can see how tightly they are bunched as they went across the winning line there. But a win for Brinkley's King, the favourite. Did it in the end. He's versatile. He's got power coming home. Droopy's Who flashed out, showed the early speed for John Mullins. Did nothing wrong at all, but Brinkley's King just fractionally stronger coming home. Was able to reel in TJ's, reel in Droopy's Who up the home straight. In behind, they begin to gather up. Droopy's 5 was always handy, with the finishers Adagio Gold just being pipped there as 3 Mad for It nipped through into 4th place in the end. There's the super slow as they come out of the boxes. Not a good start for TJ's Apache. Seemed to stumble a little bit coming out of the traps as they raced up towards the first bend. There was not a lot between Droopy's Who and Brinkley's King, but Who had the early pace to lead into the first bend. Brinkley's King more workmanlike, but boy, you like those workmanlike favourites, don't you, who never give up the chase as they went down the far side. Brinkley's King started to inch closer, stride by stride, trying to reel in Droopy's Who for John Mullins. In behind, you can see Droopy's 5, dead against the rail there, TJ's Apache. And towards the rear as well, Mad for It. But as they came around the final bend, this is where Brinkley's King was about to reel in Droopy's Who finally and get the better of that battle to go on and score, forging away in this heat of the Trainers' Championship. So 10 points to Seamus, a much-needed 10.
It was a much-needed 10. It's put him right back in the mix, though. Seamus Cahill, after that win, the Hove trainer, is back with a bang, and his Nat Brinkley's King wins. A very popular winner in punting land as well for Jimmy Austin, Con Bowles, Tony Camsell, and Steve Evans. Brinkley's King takes the 10 and wins it. Second, Droopy's Who. I've got 6, 4, 2, 3, 1, 5 as the full finishing order there when we put all those scores into our computer. And we make it that Mark Wallace still leads on 31 ahead of Jimmy Wright on 29. We'll confirm all that in a moment, but let's just enjoy again this race because this was a grandstand finish, Hobbsy. All sorts of people cheering down below us. It was Brinkley's King, favourite backers who had the last laugh.
Absolutely, after the banker of John Mullins with Mad About Owen, we've got the banker now, of course, of Seamus Cahill. I think in between them, Ruby's Rascal for Mark Wallace, but always looked a plot draw for him, and he's worn down the Greyhound in the black jacket, Droopy's Who. It's a massive performance from Brinkley's King, the Kearns Memorial champion, of course, with that 10 points as well. Massively important again for Seamus Cahill. It's lifted him up. Still Mark Wallace leading the way. Good 3rd place for Jimmy Wright. He's in 29. There's just a little bit of a gap now between them and John Mullins back in 3rd.
You get the feeling that Jimmy Wright is going to need his ace in the pack, isn't he? Droopy's Buick to run the race of his life and perhaps win the last and maybe take him to glory. It's heading down towards that final leg,
if you've got to rely on one Greyhound, what better than to
the Greyhound of the
have
year?
The Greyhound of the year,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's how it stands currently. Kevin Hutton at the bottom there on 16, defending champion trailing. Who would have thought it? Let's go and join Daryl.
Thank you very much, Tony. That is important, isn't it? It's important for Seamus and the team here. Puts them back in the mix here. Brinkley's King has won. There he is, getting up where it mattered in the closing stages to grab the honours. And hiding behind the trophy with Jim Austin is the trainer Seamus. We'll get a quick word with Seamus if we can, first of all. Jim, that, as I say, a vital winner really for the team.
Yeah, just to have any chance, really, we needed that winner. It was a bit disappointing up to now, but you know, through no fault of the dogs, they just little things didn't go right maybe, but that, you know, it's nice to have a winner on that, and hopefully it goes on better now for the rest.
He was in a good pitch. Did you always think he was going to get there?
I was hoping. I'd be disappointed if he hadn't won really off the pitch he had off the second bend and that, but John's dog run a really good race, and even coming to the line, John's dog was sticking on there really well.
What about the next race? We know Crossville Molly loves it round here, of course. Lau the winner?
Yeah, if it was Louder time last year, I would think she was a certainty, but she hasn't been running as well since she come back from season and that, so fingers crossed, but hopefully she bangs out tonight.
Let's hope that's the case. Jim's alongside, of course, one of the owners of this greyhound. It's turned out to be a very good greyhound, Brinkley's King.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like he had a nice make-up tonight, and but the way the results were going earlier from Seamus, you know, things have not gone quite to plan. So, you know, like that, well, it's just brilliant. You know what? You know, I just get a massive buzz. I've been in this game for like donkey's years, but like owning greyhounds, and you know, especially on these big scene like nights on Sky Sports, it's just given me like an incredible buzz, and you know, it's absolutely.
It's what it's all about, Jim, isn't it?
Yeah, no, too right, Daryl. Yeah, of course it is. You know, we all have like, there's more massive downs and ups in greyhound racing, as you know, and you know, to have nights like tonight, like all the owners are here, and they're all like, you know, the camaraderie between them all is just, you know.
Well, that's what we like. Let's have a word with one or two more of the owners. Photos being taken across here. You're involved in this one, aren't you?
I certainly am, Daryl, yeah.
Yeah, no, good dog to have a quarter in.
Yeah, he's a nice dog. I saw him at City Bonnet. He can run, he wants to win.
He does, Steve. He's a decent animal, isn't he?
He wants to win, and there are dogs to find. You know, you put 6 dogs here at the first bend, he'll come out in front.
Well, he's served you proud tonight. I'm just going to give a quick word with Con before we disappear, because, Con, you're quite sweet on your one a little bit later, aren't you?
Yeah, Carlo Turbo.
Who's going to be a bit of a price?
Yeah, I love that. I'll take some of that. I backed him this morning. I backed him for a double, this fella, and Brinkley King and Carlo Turbo backed both of them. So I'll have a couple of bob on as well on the bookies here tonight. So I do fancy him. I think if this dog comes away, he's going to be a big player. You know, he can do 8 bends, so I'm not worried.
If he's close enough, he could be a big threat indeed.
Yeah, he will do, yeah.
Listen, well done on this one, and good to see Seamus Cahill very much back in the race, Tony.
He takes him on to 22, Seamus Cahill. He is back in the mix, needs a few more big scores, but he is certainly up there now with 22, isn't he? But still Mark Wallace leading the way on 31. Let's go and join Julie Collier once again.
Well, whilst you guys are all out in the cold, I'm living it up here in Lord Hesketh's box, enjoying myself a bit too much, I think. Please, I'm joined by Kevin Ackerman, the CEO of Towcester here, and of course Lord Hesketh, who you look very relaxed. Are you enjoying the evening?
Well, it's terrific. There's a wonderful crowd, fantastic dogs, the 8 greatest trainers in the country. What more could you ask for, to be perfectly honest? Top quality sport, as it can only be seen here at Towcester.
And you've got a very special select group of people in here enjoying the evening. It's such nice facilities. I mean, we always say it, but the facilities here at Towcester, not just in your box, throughout, are fantastic, aren't they?
My belief is that if we're going to make greyhound racing a growth industry, it has to be quality at a good price and a fair deal and terrific sport. And that's what we're doing. And we've got to do it in the kitchen as well as on the track.
You gave a brilliant speech at the Trainers' Championship lunch about the future of the sport and your vision and, you know, potential avenues of income, and you're very positive about the future of greyhound racing, aren't you?
Well, I am positive. I believe that the future is going to be broadly overseas as an export, and that is a function of technology as well as what we've built here and what the industry here is capable of doing. When you combine that with the British traditions of welfare, which is something we believe in passionately here at Towcester, I think that we can produce something which is a product which is the best on the planet, and that is what we're intending to do. And I hope that everyone, and I'm sure this is true, the trainers represent everyone in the industry from all parts who were here last week, and they are with us 100% in wanting to achieve that goal.
It continues to be very, very exciting, and of course the Derby will be here. It's not long till the start now, Kevin, is it?
It's coming quicker than I thought. This is the thing, but it's an exciting opportunity for us. We understand the magnitude of the task. We understand the weight of expectation the industry has. We want to make this industry proud of what we're doing and really sort of give greyhound racing that fillip it needs at a difficult time with Wimbledon closing. You know, we've picked up the baton. We think we can take it to another level. Greyhound racing really needs to be competing at the same level as some other sports, really. And I think that, you know, our task is to make sure that Greyhound final is going to be one hell of an occasion, which, you know, is my job to achieve.
The best dogs, both from here and Ireland, maybe even further afield, you never know, are going to be making their way here in the next few weeks. We know the racing will be fantastic. What else can we expect off the track?
Yeah, we're just sort of finalising plans at the moment. With the plans are to have a celebrity DJ. I can't say that we're going to get Mark Ronson. I know you were keen on him. He might cost a few quid, but we're going to make sure it's a top-class celebrity DJ. There's going to be street entertainers. It's about getting the razzmatazz and the enjoyment back into greyhound racing and really make it an occasion to remember for all greyhound racing fans.
And we're expecting the sponsors to be announced soon, aren't we?
We're just in final negotiations. We believe it's an exciting sponsorship. A bookmaker who shares our beliefs and passion for greyhound racing, and we look forward to announcing that very, very soon.
It's not a bad job you've got, is it? Enjoying this kind of luxury on a regular basis.
Gee, I'd like to say it's like this every day, but look, it's great. You know, I've got an unbelievable chairman and owner of the racecourse. I'm a very happy man and enjoy every moment at Towcester. And you know, nights like this are what you work hard for.
We're all very excited about the derby. I'm sure we'll hear much more from both of you in the coming weeks. I'm told that Darryl is jealous of me, is making his way up the stand to try and join me.
Well, a very busy scene here in the Towcester restaurant. We're going to make the belated presentation of the DWA GBGB Greyhound of the Month for November. It was won by Droopy's Buick. Here's Simon Banks from the GBGB press officer making the presentation to Emma, who's here on behalf of her father, Jimmy Wright. And we've got Joe Willis here as well. We'll have a chat to in a second. But let's talk to Emma if we can, first of all, because, goodness me, Droopy's Buick here tonight. Of course, big task tonight, Emma, but that Eclipse was a huge run, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was amazing. He was in box 4 and Bluebird was in 1. He got a wee bump and still came out in 1, so we were really proud of him that night.
And it was the catalyst, wasn't it? Because he went on, of course, then to win the Olympic and then, of course, to become Greyhound of the Year.
I know, it's just been a fabulous year for him and we're so proud of him. We just love him.
He's a super dog, and we were saying to Jimmy a little bit earlier on, he looks as though his preparation has been perfect for tonight. What's your thoughts about tonight's race?
I think anyone can win it. It's just, I think if whoever comes out first and gets that first bend, it'll be game on. So yeah, really excited for this evening's racing.
And whatever happens, I guess we're going to see him back, aren't we, of course, for the Derby, which is so exciting.
Yeah, we're all really excited. I've got my hotel room booked, so can't wait for the Derby. It's going to be an exciting year.
It's exciting, Emma, indeed, as you say. Now Joe's here. He's representing the Conlon family. Neil and the family not here tonight, but you're stepping in. Joe, good friend of the family.
Yes, I'm a very good friend. I've known Neil since he was a young boy.
That's a long time.
Yeah. I had flapping dogs where I used to give him money to back for me. And it all built up, and then he started getting grounds himself. So I got my NGRC licence out, and I trained dogs for Neil at Palo Green. I had the track record with a sprinter for him, and I won a lot of races for Neil.
He's got some good dogs these days, hasn't he, Joe? That's for sure.
When I first saw Buick trial, his first trial at Newcastle, I told Neil, I said, he's going to be some puppy money.
Does he win tonight, Joe? That's the question. Can he win tonight?
If he gets out, probably Bluebird's a good dog. But if he gets out, even if it leads, Bluebird leads him, and he goes second dog to it, maybe half an inch behind, I think Buick will pick it up the back straight and go on to win the race.
OK, it's going to be a brilliant race, isn't it? Whatever happens.
2 good dogs. It's a real good race. There's 6 good dogs in the race. Anything can happen. In this game, it's luck.
We're looking forward to it immensely. That's a bit later on tonight. For the moment, thank you. Thank you to Emma and thank you to Simon as well. The GWA Greyhound of the Month back in November was Droopy's Buick.
And a worthy winner too. And here is his kennel companion, Droopy's Bouchard, for Jimmy Wright, owners John Hardman, Angela Harrison and Joe Willis. We heard from there, former trader at Pelaw Grange. This greyhound's top grade at Newcastle, running the Oaks as well at Bellevue. She's a fast bitch, Droopy's Bouchard.
Running out of trap 2, Maureen's Wish, trained by John Mullins for the Newitts, Alan and Tony. And of course they own Ascot Woody, trained to big race success at Romford by John. This one's a maiden, Maureen's Wish. She ran behind kennelmate Mad About Owen in the track record last week.
Ribble Aon runs for the Towcester chairman, Lord Hesketh, and we've heard from Mark Wallace, who still leads the way. The Peter Bussey Memorial winner at Crayford. 1 here, 2 runs back. Ribble Aon in trap 3, a big runner for the champion trainer here.
Yeah, Wildfire Lynn runs out of trap 4 for Paul Young. Has got plenty of early dash owned by Bill Cooper, as will improve for a couple of trials. I thought ran a cracking race at Central Park when we were there, not just behind Shameway Freddie and then Courts Adlaney. Wildfire Lynn looking to get first run on them all.
Yeah, she's a fast bitch on the bunny, this one. What about trap 5, Empress Katie, paraded there by Donna Witchalls for Kevin Hutton and the Emperor Racing Club. Impressive at Swindon recently. She's a little sister, of course, to Droopy's 5, Droopy's Live Hobbsy, who's going in the 3 steps at Sheffield
Absolutely
tonight.
Running tonight, of course, Roxo Magic 1 on Sunday. More news about her imminently. Empress Katie, of course, running out of trap 5, should be okay. Ran wide at Swindon. Trap 6 is Crossfield Molly, trained by Seamus Cahill, of course. Lowther Stakes victory last year for one of Seamus's best bitches, if not his best, hence why he represents Seamus looking for a quick fire double in this bet with BG at Towcester by phone. Bitches Stakes. Interesting Ribble Aon for Mark Wallace. He could have called up upon Duchess, Air Force Duchess, of course. He's gone with Ribble Aon for the boss, Lord Hesketh.
Yeah, if Crossfield Molly could go in, it puts Seamus Cahill right in the mix, doesn't it, of course? And she's got great form around here in the Lowther Stakes. She's got that Cat 1 form. Yeah. She's a top-class bitch, Crossfield Molly.
Exactly, betting and running, etc. It can fluctuate so much. Remember when I think Nick Sava had 6th and a 6th, 2 points after, going to race 3. He still won the Trainers' Championship at
Mark
Perry
Wallace
Park.
went 10 on 2 years ago.
Mark Wallace 10 on, I think, Charlie Lister, Paul Young, when they won as well, came from off the pace. So, interesting race, this bitches race. Ribble Aon in trap 3, certainly going to have support, but for me it's got to be the 4.
Okay, they're going in. Let's go join Errol for commentary.
Yes, this is the 6th leg of the GTA Trainers' Championship at the moment. Leading the way is Mark Wallace with 31 points. Ribble Aon, his representative, then in trap 3, currently priced at 7-2 as the last one goes in for the bet with BG at Towcester by phone Bitches Stakes. And Tia has waved the flag. The hare is on the move. Get ready for the action. And away they go, and running up towards the first bend. It's a great start. Empress Katie leads up early. Crossfield Molly off in chase around the bend as they go round the turn. And it's going to be Empress Katie on the bunny. She leads here by 2 lengths from 6. Crossfield Molly. After these comes 4. Wildfire Lynn. Then we've got to break back to Droopy's Bouchard as they come around the 3rd bend. And 5, Empress Katie's not stopping. She's got a 2.5 length lead over 4, Wildfire Lynn, as they come off that final bend. And it's easy for Empress Katie. She's in stunning form. Goes on to win. Ribble Aon ran on for 2nd place in the end for Mark Wallace to grab some very valuable points, but Kevin Hutton takes the 10 points with Empress Katie. Well, Empress Katie lands the spoils for Kevin Hutton. A big boost because Kevin was at the bottom of the table, but that's 10 points that brings him up to 26 points in the GTA Trainers' Championship. Great run. Showed early speed. Led into that first bend and flew round. Great run from Empress Katie. Going on to score, Ribble Aon was running on powerfully for 2nd place. Over the line in 3rd was Wildfire Lynn in trap 4. And then we had a break back to the 1 in 4th, Droopy's Bouchard. 5th place to Maureen's Wish, and 6th place to trap 6, Crossfield Molly. Now, Crossfield Molly started well. Turned in 2nd place, but as they go down the far side, you can see in pursuit was Wildfire Lynn. And when they went down that far side, Empress Katie had blown away Crossfield Molly, who just dropped back through the field pretty disappointingly, unfortunately, for Crossfield Molly. And Wildfire Lynn was left in 2nd place. However, Ribble Aon stayed on well to grab 2nd place. But Crossfield Katie, what a run from her. We saw her beat, of course, Cranky Damo just last week over 509 metres at Swindon. Well, she flew into the first bend. She's in tip-top nick at the moment, isn't she, Empress Katie? And she continues to improve, you would imagine, because she started off in a P7 puppy race here at the track, then won A6, then the campaign turned to open racing at Swindon, winning 3 races on the bounce at Swindon. She's come back as fresh as a daisy, flying out of the boxes and going on to win. Good, healthy crowd here at Towcester again tonight. Here's the head-on view. Gents, Kevin Hutton needed the points. He's got them.
He needs a miracle of Central Park 2 years ago proportions to win this, Kevin Hutton. Who knows if he can win the next race with Hirachi Madison. It's back on, isn't it? But Mark Wallace, a big, big 7 points from the bitch Ribble Aon, who had a great race to get 2nd from where she was at the 2nd bend, Hobbsy.
A massive performance. She's got star quality, this bitch, Empress Katie, for the Emperor Racing Club. A good winner at Swindon last week in a decent contest over 5:09. She proved that she can stay. I think Kevin has said that she will make up into a good stay. Well, I tell you, she's pretty good over 4 bends as well, because she's blasted to the bend and claimed important points for Kev Hutton. 10 points. Of course, a massive run from Ribble Aon in second place as well, grabbing second there ahead of Trap 4 Wildfire Lynn, who showed good pace after a slowish start and managed to finish third for Paul Young. But the 7 points for Mark Wallace has certainly consolidated his lead at the top of the table in this year's Trainers' Championship. Empress Katie, as you said a little bit earlier, Little Sister Droopies live, of course, the 3 steps to victory at Sheffield, entry in the semi-finals tonight. A sales purchase from British Combined Sales, of course, who have their sale here at Towcester next month. Buygreyhounds.com for all the details there. And well, I think they were certainly in full cry as she hit the front, Empress Katie, because they know that once in front, there's very little chance she was going to be picked up. Such a strong running sort, and she ran out of trap 1 at Swindon, but was moving off on a couple of occasions. They have said that they find it slightly difficult to seed her. She was a middle seed here. She goes out on the straights and cuts the bend, and certainly it was a perfect mix in terms of winning the British contest.
Certainly was a big run from Empress Katie, as you say, for Kevin Hutton. That means 5 of the trainers now have had winners on the night. Hopefully Bubbly Bluebird can put Paul Young on the board later on with a 10. But Wallace leading on 38, courtesy that 7 from Ribble Aon. Jimmy Wright on 32. Kevin Hutton into 3rd place now, the highest he's ever been, on 26 tonight. Let's go back to Daryl at the presentation area. Daryl.
Still 12 points off the pace, Kevin's team. We know what happened, of course, 2 years ago, so all is not over yet. That was much needed, wasn't it, to be fair?
It was a Forest Sarah moment relived there, giving us a little bit of life, but she's run absolute blinder. So delighted. I've lost my voice.
Well, absolutely right, Donna, because, I mean, she's just hit form with a vengeance, hasn't she?
She just keeps coming forward every time she steps out there. I struggled to hang on to her on parade, and I thought this could go one way or the other, but she's absolutely bombed out, so absolutely delighted. Thank you.
I was just remembering, obviously, what happened a couple of years ago when you came with that late flourish. I mean, there's still time.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's enough races left, though. Is there points?
Well, Harashi Madison, could...
Yeah, well, she's got a great chance there. Fingers crossed. Yeah, you never know what might happen here. This is great competition.
Fantastic. Good to see you back in it. And as you were saying to me a moment ago, Steve, just a bitch that just seems to be getting better and better, and to think that she was, struggling in the grades a while back.
Yeah, she's really come into herself. I mean, obviously with the kennelling and the way Donna and Kevin have brought her on, and obviously we'd like to thank John in Ireland for rearing her. As I say, Kevin and Donna for the patience that they've had, certainly with us guys, and it's certainly coming well for her now.
Tell me about the setup here with the Emperor Racing Club. How many of you involved?
Well, the Emperor himself is Ricky.
Where's the Emperor? Emperor down the end here. Let me come round and have a quick word with the Emperor then. Have a racing club named after your good self. That's fantastic.
I'd like to think so.
So how did this come about?
We've been in dogs for the last 12, 14 years. We started early doors, and when Towcester opened up, we thought we'd get a couple of dogs here, open the racing club up, and get new members in. We've got members. This goes out to Katie, who the dog's named after in Thailand. This was, when she was only a puppy, she said, "I'll buy a share," and I said, "We'll name her after you." So this is for Katie in Thailand, and best wishes to Neil as well.
Listen, she's just delivered a very important 10 points for the Hutton team. It could, you never know, make all the difference.
Yes, hopefully we'll start the ball rolling now. Madison as well.
Good to get the ball rolling, as you say. Let's go back to Julie.
Well, down at the kennels, the Greyhounds just coming out from the kennels, about to be checked over by the vet before they make their way to the track. Kevin Hutton here with his baby, Haracha Madison. Can she do it for you? Can you get 2 in a row?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she was one of our best chances of the night. So yeah, why not? It's great to have a win on the night, and hopefully Skill can follow up.
Could be the start of a great comeback for Kevin Hutton. The main danger, of course, if we come further down the line, would be Shellam Delano, Emma Wright, second in the standings, just 6 points behind Mark Wallace. Can you do it?
Hopefully. Yep, hopefully.
Is the heart going? Are you nervous?
Very nervous, but willing to give it a good try.
You're in pretty good hands with Shellam Delano. I know you guys think a lot of this dog, don't you?
He's a big gentleman. He's great in the kennel, and he can win a race as well. So he's a terrific big dog. We love him.
Good luck. We wish you all the best. It really is amazing. Whilst everything's quite tense out on the track and in the stands, the serenity of the kennels is a complete contrast. Really nice and peaceful back here. Greyhounds making their way to the track.
Right, here we go. Let's have a quick look at the leaderboard for the Trainers' Championship, and it's really, really tight at the top now. Mark Wallace in front with 38 points. Jimmy Wright second at 32. John Mullins 26. The big man Kevin Hutton on the score sheet with a 10, 25 points. Paul Young 24 and Seamus Cahill 23 points. So 2 rounds to go, but all to play for. As I say, a maximum of 20 points at the top there, so 6 points difference. So Mark Wallace currently in the front with 2 rounds to go. As we can see, great atmosphere down here as well. Great atmosphere, lots of people. Here's a young lad who's looking really excited. What's your name?
Ollie.
Ollie, where are you from?
Lancaster.
So you've travelled a long way to be here today?
Yep.
Who are you supporting?
Mark Wallace.
Mark Wallace. Are you pleased he's in front?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Have you been to Towcester before?
Yes.
Okay, you enjoying the atmosphere tonight?
Uh-huh.
And are you coming back for the derby?
Yes.
That's what we want to see. The Greyhound derby comes here to Towcester. So, well done you, young man. So, as you can see, lots here to go. 2 rounds to go, all to play for. Next leg on its way.
Welcome back to Towcester. Here are the current standings for the GTA Trainers Championship. And Hobbs, you've got some in-running prices.
I have, yeah, from William Hill, hot off the press. And I can tell you that Jimmy Wright is 8-13, Mark Wallace 2-1, Kevin Hutton 8, Paul Young 10s, Seamus Cahill 25s, and John Mullins 28-1. So it's 8-13, 13-8 on.
Still odds on.
Jimmy Wright, odds on, of course. He plays his ace in the top division. The last race, of course, Droopy's Buick, but Mark Wallace can still be back with William Hill if you fancy the champion trainer at 2-1.
Okay, bit of news about Roxo Magic you've got as well, haven't you?
Absolutely. There's going to be a match race involving Roxo Magic on the 8th of April, and they're just trying to get the finer details, but there's going to be a match with possibly a Greyhound running tonight. That's all I know, but the 8th of April, Roxo Magic, so Grand National Day. What a prospect that is.
Trying to think who it could be against. It could be another Wallace runner, couldn't it? Of course, the mind's thinking maybe Revenge could be on the cards, but that is Grand National Day. You believe that is definitely going to happen?
Yeah, that's enough information.
Okay, that's enough for now. We've got So our next race is coming up, of course. Hirachi Madison goes in trap 1 here for Kevin Hutton. I mean, I think Kevin Hutton needs to win the last 2 races to have a chance of winning.
She's been in tip-top form, Oaks finalist, St Ledger finalist. She's got a great draw in trap 1. She was unlucky when we were at Monmore. She was brilliant at Swindon, and she's got the draw on the inside, and Kevin's looking to go, bang, bang after Empress Katie.
But Mark Wallace can call upon a St Ledger winner of his own, can't he? Ferry fourth round, the stayer of the year, nonetheless, from last year.
I mean, what a champion he is. I mean, last year, Summer Classic, took the St Ledger, GBGB Stayer of the Year as well to boot. Doesn't win a huge amount of races, very fourth round. But
he wins the right ones, doesn't he?
He does. He wins the right ones. And in terms of kind of a team situation, he's going to be staying on. And if he gets a chance, he's good enough, of course, to win.
He's got S1 form around here, of course, his local track as well. The parade is on for the Stayers race, which is coming up. It is the Gain Greyhound Nutrition Super Stayers. This is the top division of the Stayers. Hirachi Madison goes out of trap 1. The Oaks St Ledger, Yorkshire St Ledger finalist, as Hobbsy said, won at Central Park and Swindon recently in front of our cameras. She's very, very quick, Hirachi Madison. For Kevin Hutton and Paul Oliver.
Mustang Golden runs out of trap 2 for Shay Ryan, and Paul Young has been given 3 trials here, and certainly will improve for those. Nevertheless, a 10-to-1 chance, needs to overcome the pace of Hirachi Madison early.
Onto the 3, which is Meadow, owned by Howard Berlin, Lee Calcutt, Peter Langham and Keith Parkin. Won at a price over 10 bends, of course, at Crayford recently, and popped up again at Monmore at a big price. Has got a lovely attitude, this bit. She's very, very game. Meadow, there's not much of her, but she gives her all. 12-1.
Well, this is the Super Stayers, of course. Not often used trip, 686 metres, running out of trap for Carlo Turbo. Is a winner over course and distance in February. 41.36, a calculated time for Con Bowles and Scott Goods here.
And in trap 5 is an 8-to-1 shot. This is Ferry fourth round, the stayer of the year, of course. The St Ledger winner in 2016 and a Golden Jacket finalist this year, so he's not had a bad 2017. Runs for Alan Morton here, and Mark Wallace, who still leads, of course.
And running out of trap 6 is Shellham Delano, trained by Jimmy Ryder, 2-to-1 chance in the ring, led up by Jimmy's daughter Emma. Robert Clark, the owner of Shellham Delano, he's a gutsy sword. He's beaten Ferry 4 Fran here over 6.55 metres in February. That sort of form gives him a massive chance over Hirachi Madison. I'm going 1 to beat 6.
Okay, Wallace, of course, interesting second favourite on those in-running prices behind Jimmy Wright, who, of course, has got a couple of runners here. He's got the 6 here, isn't he? Shellham Delano, we know about. Good form in the northeast around Newcastle and other tracks there. I mean, he's certainly capable of putting in a big run, Delano, if he can lead Fran early on out wide.
Yeah, I mean, again, I talk about sort of picking up points. That's massively important as well. What about Meadow as well? Out of trap 6 last week, absolutely bombed out the boxes and put the pace to the race, and, always there or thereabouts.
You nailed your colours to the mast at the top of the show with Jimmy Wright. I guess you're sticking with Jimmy with 2 legs to go.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean,
we've got 2 good greyhounds to run.
I mean, the irony is I'm kind of just toss of a coin, really, but I went with Bluebird over Buick, but I tell you, it could be easily the other way round, and massive chance here. I think if you're on Jimmy Wright at the start, you're looking to pick up, decent points, as you would be with Mark Wallace as well, and, St Ledger winner in your camp, you've got a big chance. But in terms of who's going to win this race, Hirachi Madison, for me, she's got the draw. She's in fantastic form for Paul Oliver, and going to be tough to beat inside.
She has got loads of pace. What impressed me of the Swindon run was how she kept galloping as well. For a greyhound who's got that touch of class over 4 bends to reach an Oaks final, and yet she seems to stay these extreme distances very strongly.
We're all guessing, aren't we? Roxo Magic, that match.
Hirachi Madison, get it on.
Ribble Atom a little bit later on. I don't know. They've got us at it. Great stuff.
She's
8th of April, Roxo Magic, match race.
I was saying, have it from the elbow at Aintree on Grand National Day. That'd be interesting.
That's not a bad idea.
Trap 1 across the board then for us here. We're all with Hirachi Madison. Really good crowd here tonight, Hobbsy. Obviously, the restaurant, we're on the restaurant level up here on the balcony, but looking down below, the betting ring is busy. Downstairs is busy, the first floor is busy. It looks like a really healthy crowd. I think it bodes well for the showcase this summer.
I think that's exactly right. There's a lot of people here this evening who probably this is their first taste of Towcester in the flesh as such, and hopefully come summertime and the publicity surrounding the derby, then that crowd will swell still further, no question.
Well, I mean, it's hosted big crowds before, isn't it, for the Greyhounds? I think Easter Sunday, I think Boxing Day as well, and the horse racing have had big crowds here before. Look, it's got enough car parking space comfortably. They're going to lay on, extra transport from the stations, etc. So I'm sure they'll put on a great show come derby time. Don't forget that date, the 1st of July is the final. That's a late derby this time around. Right, they're going in for the Super Stayers. Let's go and join Errol Blythe to call it home.
Yes, the Super Stayers over 686 metres. It's the longer run to the bend here. It's the 7th leg of the GTA Trainers Championship. It's also the Gain Greyhound Nutrition Super Stayers. £750 to the winner. The hare is on the move. Favoured in 1, Hirachi Madison for Kevin Hutton. As the hare comes round, there they go. Hirachi Madison started well, but not as quick as Carlo Turbo for Seamus Cahill, who leads into that first bend ahead of Hirachi Madison on the inside. After these comes 2. That's Mustang Golden. As they come around the second bend, out wide goes Ferry Forth Fran. Then after these comes 3, Meadow. Then comes 6. That's Shellham Delano as they go down the far side for the final time then. And Carlo Turbo at a price leads the way for Seamus Cahill. A length and a half up on Hirachi Madison. 2, Mustang Golden comes next. They come racing down towards the penultimate turn, and Hirachi Madison's found a way through, and there's a roar up on the terraces as Kevin Hutton's charge hits the front. It's Hirachi Madison by a length. Carlo Turbo can muster no more. It's a win for Hirachi Madison, beating Carlo Turbo. Then after these come Mustang Golden. We'll bring you the other runners a little bit later on. But Hirachi Madison is another 10 points. A late charge from Kevin Hutton. 36 points to Kevin now after that win, going on to score from Carlo Turbo, bringing Seamus Cahill up to 30 points with one more leg to go, of course. And it was a great run, though, from Hirachi Madison, led up early by Carlo Turbo, who showed the early pace to lead here, but allowed Hirachi Madison through on the inside. And she proved the stronger coming home. She's in great form this year, of course. So a winner at Swindon, a winner at Central Park as well recently. So in great form. Back in 3rd place was Mustang Golden for Paul Young. So a further 5 points for Paul, bringing him up to 29 points. Then we had Shellham Delano running on late for Jimmy Wright, giving him 33 points in the end. And as we show you the action again, you can see that Carlo Turbo flew out of the traps to lead up early here. Went round in front from 1, Hirachi Madison in 2nd. Bringing up the rear, 6, Shellham Delano, and also 3, Meadow. So they went past the stands with a lap to go. Good pace from Carlo Turbo, but leaving space on the inside, and that's what Hirachi Madison really wanted as she started to figure into that 5th bend. She found a way through on the inside to thrust forward, and Kevin Hutton, who of course has won the Trainers' Championship for the last 2 years at Central Park, now hoping back on home soil to come with a late flourish and maybe nab yet another title. Going on to score from Carlo Turbo and Mustang Golden back in 3rd. Here's a different angle. Enzo Hobbsy, your thoughts on the race, please.
Well, she had to work tonight, Hirachi Madison, but she is just getting better and better with every race. It's another maximum for Kevin Hutton to take him on to 36 points. Mark Wallace, I think, got 5th place there with Ferry Forth Fran. It was important behind what was happening with involving Shellham Delano and Ferry Forth Fran. Shellham Delano did get ahead of Fran for the outright, but this bitch, we've got to marvel in her presence. She's a wonderful bitch at the moment, this Hirachi Madison.
She's tremendous, yeah. I mean, Carlo Turbo's run a super race. So Seamus Cahill really cut loose and ran a good 2nd in the air, but Hirachi Madison wasn't able to dominate as she did at Swindon. But she's managed to wear down Carlo Turbo and kick on to land the 10 points for Kevin Hutton. And in behind, of course, you know, Carlo Turbo, Mustang Golden picking up points for Young in terms of the right, and Wallace. They were down the field, but they're picking up points and just trying to consolidate their position. But it's about Hutton making a bit of a charge now.
He is.
And he's done that on 1 or 2 occasions, of course. At least a couple of years ago. He's won the last 2 Trainers' Championships. They were at Central Park Sitting Bull. Roger Kearns, the boss there, is in the house as well. He's had a busy week. He was at the final Wimbledon meeting, of course, on Saturday night. His family built the track, of course, and no doubt cheering on Razzle Dazzle Radio over the sticks after we finish tonight in terms of the Trainers' Championship. Back to the GTA Trainers' Championship, and Seamus Cahill's Greyhound cutting out the running, but stalking that Greyhound is Kevin Hutton's Hirachi Madison, winning for Paul Oliver in the Gain Greyhound Nutrition Superstars. Sean Trainer and William Rigney doing the honours downstairs.
I wonder if she might have a certain Keithley trade bitch in her sights for a match race, possibly Hirachi Madison, who knows. They're a confident lot, the Hutton team, aren't they? And good odour, Paul Oliver. I remember seeing him at when he was up in at Doncaster for the Yorkshire St Ledger with this bitch, and, you know, hopes she can win a big one. Well, she's won 3 times on Sky, hasn't she, in the last 4 weeks, which is a big effort. She's had a wonderful month. Hirachi Madison. Mark Wallace, 40 points, leads the way by 4. Kevin Hutton into second place. Those old rivals going at it again. Jimmy Wright, of course, has still got the ace in the pack, Droopy's Buick, to play in the final race. That'll be his last hand. And then Seamus Cahill on 30, Paul Young on 29, John Mullins on 26. I mean, the script is almost set, isn't it, for Droopy's Buick and Jimmy Wright with the last runner with his name on the licence. Let's go to Darryl right now for the presentation. Darryl.
There are so many permutations, aren't there? It's difficult quite to know what is going to happen here, but the point here is for Kevin, he's won another race at a vital time here, Kevin, and Hirachi Madison, rather like Katie in the last, they're just delivering when it matters so much.
Yeah, they're two bitches in absolute top form, you know, both are just improving and getting better and better. I've no idea how it stands at the minute, Darryl, so...
I think you're in with a chance. I think you're 36 in behind... You're second at the moment, aren't you? In behind 40 that Mark's got. So obviously 4 points behind Mark at the moment. All depends what can you do in the last.
No, like we didn't want to be going into that last race needing a result. You know, it's an incredibly tough race and we got a nightmare draw. So I'd be amazed if we won it. But you never know. And you know, we've had a couple of winners on the night now, so it's been a good night. All the dogs are safe and sound. So whoever wins it, good luck to them.
Isn't it odd how it works out for you though? When I think back 2 years ago, same kind of system. You know, scoring all your points late on. Last year you did well early. Tonight were you thinking it's just not happening, or?
Yeah, I didn't expect us to start well. You know, the first 2 legs were always going to be tough for us. But the 2 races that really cost us, with the Wildcat Pup getting done everywhere and the Mafia Dog missed a break and behind the flying time, so that wasn't to be. But then we bounced back with 2 winners, so I don't think we'll win it, but at least we've made a good show, and as I say, all the dogs were all right, so we've had a good night.
Well, you just don't know, Kevin, and the great thing for the casual observer, it's been a fantastic night's racing, and we still don't know with 1 race to go.
No, I mean, it looks wide open, doesn't it? And like you say, it's been a great night's racing. There's a great crowd. They've done a great job here and been thoroughly enjoyable.
Let's get a quick word thank you with Paul here, because what a bitch to own. I mean, she is absolutely flying, isn't she?
Yeah, she's really, really well, mate, to be fair. I thought this was a lot harder race tonight, and it was at Swindon. All my mates was having the texts and that saying she'll win. A lot of people were saying the 6 dog was probably the danger, but I just thought that cleaving the 2 and the 3 was a main danger tonight. When she's gone around second dog, you know, she's run well. She won the last bit of 1 bend, she won really well.
She did. I mean, the Greyhound in front, Carlo Turbo, I think got one of the fastest 6.86 times round here. So, you know, you had a good one to chase.
Well, I think when it led the forward dog, the roar went up at the boxes, but, you know, has gone round in the pitch, and I got faith in the bitch, to be fair. Yeah,
well, she's serving you proud, Paul. Well done, and you never know, it could make all the difference.
Yes, mate, too right. I hope Kevin wins it. A bit hard in the 6.
Well, we're going to find out in the next few minutes. Well done. That's Paul Oliver. He's got himself a winner, and it's still all to play for.
It is. He's only 4 behind now. Kevin Hutton. He's got Velvet Blaze in the final race. Of course, Mark Wallace has got a runner as well in trap 4, and of course the mighty Jimmy Wright with Droopy's Buick as well. And of course, it is going to be Jimmy Wright's final runner as a trainer with his name on the licence. He will, of course, still be involved. There's Bubbly Bluebird, Paul Young, looking for his first 10 of the night, of course. And just over to the left there is Droopy's Buick. We're going to see Greyhound, who, of course, represents Jimmy Wright, and it's his final runner.
Yeah, he becomes assistant trainer, of course.
He does. He's still around.
Angela Harrison. I mean, we've got some pretty good assistant trainers, haven't we? I'm thinking of Rad McNair, Mark Heathley. I mean, you know, I think it's just about the name change for me, I think, in many ways. But of course, you know, the new trainer of Droopy's Buick will be Angela Harrison.
She'll be the boss, so let's go and join Julie Collier right now.
So I'm joined by Jimmy Wright. We're just trying to figure out the points exactly. Mark Wallace on 40, Jimmy, you're on 35, Kevin Hutton on 36. So of course it lays in the paws of Droopy's Buick. Surely there wouldn't be a better dog that you'd want that for.
Yeah, I wouldn't have changed my pick anyway. The dogs, but it's a very difficult race, as you know. One's got a strap. I feel I've got my trap. It's just on the night what happens early on, I think.
He could finish second and you could still win, of course, but it's so quiet back here. But you must feel so tense. Your last race as an open class trainer in the hands of Droopy's Buick to win the Trainers' Championship, and of course we're all looking forward to this rematch between Buick and Bluebird in its own right.
Yeah, it builds up for to the last race. Is a brilliant event, like, you know, but it's on the dogs. They're 2 champion dogs, but it's not just about they 2. There are other dogs in there, Peregrine Falcon, that they're all very, very handy dogs. So we just keep our fingers crossed that Buick could do it once more. I think he's went about 8 or 9 undefeated, so hope it's 10.
Are you feeling okay? Have you managed to enjoy the night, or are the nerves jangling?
It's been brilliant, honestly, it's brilliant. The night flew in because we've been working in the kennels all night, but it's been a great occasion, and all credit to Towcester for putting it on. It's been brilliant.
Wonderful. The Greyhounds just coming out. They're going to head to the track now. There is Droopy's Buick with Angelo Bubbly Bluebird making his way there now. Wow, what a race this is going to be. Good luck, Jimmy.
Okay, thank you.
And Hobbsy, our great minds make it that if Ruby's Razzle can win for Mark Wallace or come second, there's nothing anybody else can do. So if Mark's bitch is first or second, Wallace will be crowned champion.
Yeah, I mean, she's a strong running bitch, of course. You know, was there a bit of tactics in Mark thinking he's going to require points and you know, up against Buick and Bubbly Bluebird, something to come from off the pace? I don't know, but I think we've got to build this race up because we've got obviously the sideshow, which is the Trainers' Championship, and it's massive for all of these guys. You know, they're battling for glory, but we've also got this great prospect of, you know, the Greyhound of the Year, Droopy's Buick, up against Bubbly Bluebird, who was, you know, in many people's eyes, the star of 2016 in terms of the giant strides that dog made last year and pushed in terms of Greyhound of the Year. Droopy's Buick very, very close, and of course, courtesy of his Category 1 success, Buick won the main event, but he won Newcomer of the Year.
He did.
To get them so early in the season, going head to head, fantastic.
He is even money, Hobbsy, Bubbly Bluebird. It's 5-4, a wrist if you fancy Droopy's Buick, the Greyhound of the Year, to win. Now, of course, Jimmy Wright, it's the last runner with his name on the licence. Let's just enjoy some of Jimmy's finest moments on Sky in the recent years.
Walsh's Hill with a 2-length lead here from 6, Montfiha. He's a fantastic Greyhound to win the Festival Flyer here. Droopy's Buick's going to make a race of it, trying to come around the outside. Camp Joker and Droopy's Buick to the line. Droopy's Buick's going to get up. Oh, what a run from Droopy's Buick. And there they go, racing up towards the first bend. And Airmount Paco goes on, shows that early speed as they go round the turn. The two local dogs in front. Airmount Paco by a length. Blackhouse Heidi coming all the time. Here comes the wire. Airmount Paco digging deep will repel Blackhouse Heidi. At the moment, Mignus Thunder is away and gone. The cheers are ringing out for the favourite Mignus Thunder. Coming up the home straight, Mignus Thunder makes all for Jimmy Wright. This is the Betfred Eclipse Stakes, and away they go. And it's going to be Droopy's Buick who gets round in front as they come around the last two bends then for the Betfred Eclipse. And Tidwell Bass taken on again by Droopy's Buick, who's brave. He's coming back for more towards the winning line. It's nothing between them. Droopy's Buick has won the Betfred Eclipse final.
How would you summarise your night tonight?
It's the best of my life, brilliant. It's just like winning the Derby. We've got Owner of the Year, we've got Kennel Hand of the Year, we've got Standard of the Year, Sprinter of the Year, and we've got Dog of the Year. It's been brilliant.
Away they go. Out well. Walsh's Hill's hit the front already, and away goes Walsh's Hill. The local favourite, the arms are a lot from many on the terraces here. Walsh's Hill makes it an 11-timer.
There's been some dog. He's the best dog I've ever put a lead on, consistent-wise.
Really special to you?
Yeah, he's part of the family now.
Some great moments there from the recent years on Sky for Jimmy Wright. And of course, he went home with more silverware than Buckingham Palace, didn't he, from the GBGB Awards? And that Sunday night, they won the lot, didn't they?
It was a fantastic night for those guys, wasn't it? You know, Neil Conlon winning Owner of the Year and Angela Harrison winning Kennel Hand of the Year as well. And
Walsh's Hill Sprinter.
Walsh's Hill Sprinter, and then Droopy's Buick
Standard
taking,
and the overall.
The main prize on the night.
It was a huge night, wasn't it, in London?
Absolutely.
Of course, bit of revenge perhaps on the cards for Bubbly Bluebird, not just from the Eclipse final, but also from that night in London when a few people thought he might get the big award.
Of course, I mean, you know, I think the Champagne Club were well represented, of course, and they held hopes of getting the Greyhound of the Year. It wasn't to be for those guys. Maybe this year, who knows?
Bubbly Bluebird won the Kent Derby, the Nottingham Puppy Classic, the Coral Hove Puppy Trophy, and the William Hill Puppy Plate. He was unbeaten through all of those. The GBGP Newcomer of the Year, Trap 1.
Running out of Trap 2 is Astute Missile, trained by Seamus Cahill for the Astute Electronics Syndicate. Ran on behind Timwell Baz in a hot race at Swindon last time. As up against it, of course, 12-1 chance, got ability, but sandwiched between Bubbly Bluebird and Droopy's Buick.
This is the aforementioned Droopy's Buick, the Greyhound of the Year for 2016. After a superb end to the campaign, he won the Eclipse, of course, at Nottingham and the Olympic down at Hove. Jimmy Wright's Greyhound goes in Trap 3 for Neil Conlon and the team.
Running out of Trap 4 is Ruby's Razzle, trained by Mark Wallace, of course, Prestige champion, with the Golden Jacket runner-up as well. It's been a good 2017 already for Ruby's Razzle. Her brother, Ruby's Rascal, has just struck gold as well earlier in the meeting. So Mark Wallace looking to seal the Trainers' Championship with Ruby's Razzle if she can finish first or second.
And you can get 10 to 1, Hobbsy, about a dog good enough to contest both the English and Irish Derby finals in Peregrine Falcon. Shows you what a strong race this is for the NJGP Syndicate and John Mullins. Peregrine Falcon at 10 to 1. He's a class act.
He's a class act, and it's a crazy price. But Velvet Blaze, I thought, ran a great race behind Peregrine Falcon last week. Yes, they got tough draws on paper, 5 and 6, and they were in 1 and 2 last week. Nevertheless, Kevin Hutton's dog for Mike and George Burton ran an absolute stormer in defeat. If there is to be value, I think it might be the 6, albeit on the draw, I've just gone with the red.
So many permutations here, but we think Wallace would need just a win or a second from his bitch in trap 4. Having said that, she's a massive price at 33 to 1. All eyes on this greyhound. This is Bubbly Blue, but of course we know he's a bit nervous. They had to have a little silent applause, I think, when he won the Kent Derby, the team there. So there is Bubbly Bluebird in that very snazzy overcoat, paraded by Mim. 11 to 10 is the price. Just favourite over Droopy's Buick, but not much between them in the market, Hobbsy.
Absolutely. And, you know, obviously after the puppy successes, then the Kent Derby success, he became Derby favourite, and he's pretty much held that position since, really. And yes, despite being beaten in what was a rough race for Bubbly Bluebird in the Eclipse, his trials, track record, shaking trials have been brilliant. He's come back in great style. So too, though, has Droopy's Buick. You feel it's very much on the break in terms of the purest ideal of this race. It's for those guys to go head to head, and you can see there's father looking rather pensive, and daughter in the background looking after dad, I think.
Of course, his last runner as well. There's so many stories involved here. His final runner with his name on the licence, Mr. James Wright. Good luck to him with Droopy's Buick here. Bubbly Bluebird, though, goes in trap 1 for Paul Young and the Champagne Club Syndicate. 2 high-class greyhounds. Who knows? They might be back here contesting the Derby final on the 1st of July. In a few months' time, that would be a great story too.
Absolutely, and obviously Kevin Hutton winning the last 2, looking to go bang, bang, bang as well. John Mullins, his mother Linda won it 3 occasions, of course. You know, Mullins have got a great history.
They are loading up for the decider. It is the Gain Greyhound Nutrition Standard. A great race in its own right. Let's go and join Errol Blythe to call it. Here's Paul Young looking forward to seeing how the Bluebird traps out of trap 1, Errol.
Yeah, it'd be terrific, wouldn't it, if we can get a match on between both Bubbly Bluebird and Droopy's Buick. But let's take nothing away from the others in this race. They're all important to the final leg of the Trainers' Championship for tonight. It's the Gain Greyhound Nutrition Standard, Division A, 500 metres. Here comes the hare. And away they go, and racing up towards the first bend. Terrible start from Bubbly Bluebird. Pace Velvet Blaze up on the outside for Kevin Hutton, trying to get round in front. And denying it at the moment is Peregrine Falcon, who goes on for John Mullins. So it's Peregrine Falcon leading the way from Velvet Blaze back in second. Droopy's Buick moving up into third around the outside of one Bubbly Bluebird as they come around the last 2 bends. And it's still 5. Peregrine Falcon with the lead here. Out in front from Velvet Blaze as they race up towards the line. Then comes Droopy's Buick. It's going to be success to Peregrine Falcon. Velvet Blaze was second. Droopy's Buick in third, and it's tight for 4th place in the end. So John Mullins taking the 10 points, giving him 36 points in the end, going on to score from Velvet Blaze, and Kevin Hutton gaining 7 points, making it a total of 43 points. Then we had 5 points for Jimmy Wright and Droopy's Buick across the line in third in 40 points. Of course, we need to know what Mark Wallace's Ruby's Razzle has done as we cross the line for 4th place here. See if we can muster out what's going on. Oh my word, how tight is it between 2 who may have just got it for Seamus Carhill. Yes, has got 4th place, meaning that Ruby's Razzle was back in 5th with 42 points. And that means that Kevin Hutton has gone on to score and win the GTA Trainers Championship for a 3rd year running. Unbelievable. A few years back it was bang, 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 bang. Tonight it's 1 bang short of 4 bangs, but boy, they came hard and fast. Velvet Blaze has managed to give Kevin Hutton the Trainers' Championship yet again. He is the man here at Towcester tonight, taking the main prize, of course. As we look back, Peregrine Falcon, terrific start, leading up with Velvet Blaze into the first bend. Bubbly Bluebird, unfortunately, got it all wrong at the start. Droopy's Buick came through into third for Jimmy Wright. And poor old Mark Wallace, well, we say poor old Mark Wallace, he's not done too bad, has he, tonight as well? Just missing out on a Trainers' Championship and a tie for the Trainers' Championship. We would have had a count back, of course, if his Greyhound had finished in 4th place, but Astute Missile got 4th in the end, denying Mark Wallace that important point. So, as we watch the action again, Peregrine Falcon blazed the trail with chasing hard Velvet Blaze, who couldn't get past it into that first bend. And as we watch, of course, the scenes here at Towcester, we can hand back both to Enzo and Hobbsy for your thoughts, first of all, on the race, lads.
Well, what a race, Errol. The stage was set, wasn't it, for Bubbly Bluebird and Droopy's Buick, but it didn't happen. It was a battle between Peregrine Falcon and Velvet Blaze that ensued. Let's give Peregrine Falcon, first of all, massive credit. What a huge run for this greyhound. So unlucky to miss out on the arc at Swindon, but he's had the last laugh here. Great night for John Mullins tonight.
Absolute star. He really is, isn't he? You know, an Irish Derby finalist, an English Derby finalist as well for his team of owners, led by Pat Curtin, big Pat Curtin, and Niall Quinn, of course, and John Mullins will be so proud because on paper it looked a tough ask, but you know a greyhound of his quality shouldn't have been the price he was. And the two greyhounds that fought it out last week, Peregrine Falcon beat Velvet Blaze, and they finished 1-2. Now, what about the vanquish? Bubbly Bluebird completely missed the break, showed fantastic speed to get into contention, but just ran into the back of, I think it was a 6, and then down the far side, the chief protagonist, if you like, going into this race, Droopy's Buick and Bubbly Bluebird got it. But Bubbly Bluebird and Droopy's Buick got in each other's way, and it was Buick who kind of rode the momentum a little bit better, and managed to finish third. But up front, it was about whether Velvet Blaze could seal the deal, the Trainers' Championship.
Was where Ruby's Rattle was,
and
you
couldn't quite see where she was going to finish, but a stunning performance from Kevin Hutton. What a comeback indeed.
Okay, we're going to find out more from Kevin now with Julie Collier, I think, has got the Trainers' Champion with her for the 3rd year in a row. The big man's done it.
Second in a row.
Oh my gosh. Kevin Hutton is the man who does it from the bottom of the table. You come to the top 3 years in a row. I can't believe you've done this again.
Well, I can't believe it. You know, I'm built like a stayer. What can I say, you know? No, I mean, that's amazing. We had no idea when the dog crossed the line in second that we'd won it. We were trying to got to telly to hear, you know, it being announced, but great credit to that dog. He's run a brilliant race from trap 6. You know, he's done everything we could have asked of him, and yeah, I can't quite believe it. I really didn't expect that one. I know Sittingbourne was a, you know, come from nowhere job, but this was, I thought we had no hope. So just shows you anything can happen, can't it?
Your partner and assistant Donna is here. I saw you walking back after the penultimate race. You look quite, you know, we've done our bit now. We're not going to win. That was the feel I got from you. But oh my gosh, you've done it.
That was sheer relief from having a couple of winners. But oh my goodness, that was incredible. Since the lunch when we got trap 6 with that dog who loves trap 1, we were like, oh, well, let's hope we don't go into the last race needing points. All week we've been joking about it, and there we go. Trap 6 in a race full of railers, you know what they say, and it's worked out for him, so we're so delighted.
How much do you love this event?
Oh, it's our event now, isn't it?
It is. So, 3 in a row for Kevin Hutton. Well done, Donna. Well done, Kevin. Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you very much. Cheers, Julie.
Well, down here, of course, John Mullins is celebrating the winner of the last, just having his photos taken here with Sean and William from Gain, who've been sponsoring tonight. Look, Peregrine Falcon is just such an incredible greyhound, John, and I guess there'll be at least one track in the country now wondering why he didn't get in the big competition the other week.
Look, it's one of those things that happened, and what can I say? But he's been a brilliant greyhound. He's been a brilliant greyhound for Pat. Brilliant competition dog, and he's done it tonight the hard way, hasn't he?
Look, we made this a 2-runner race, quite understandable, I guess, in many people's views. Did you honestly believe that he had what was required to overturn the 2 big guns?
I look at it, the long picture. It's Bluebird's first race back, Buick's first race back. You know, they're going to be free. You know, they're brilliant dogs, great dogs, and they're going to do well in, you know, the year coming ahead. We're an old dog, and he's still running. You know, he's not been laid off. So for him, you know, I'm just pleased he's won for him anyway.
And as far as your night is concerned, it hasn't gone too badly, has it? In the end, you were a late call-up for this event?
The late call-up doesn't bother me because we had plenty of time, and I'm well pleased to be here, over the moon to be here, and I think we've done all right. You know.
Thank you, John. Well done. Peregrine Falcon then has won the last leg of the night.
He's had a good night, isn't he? Couple of winners, mad about Owen, and of course Peregrine Falcon, his Derby finalist. Confirmation, though, that Kevin Hutton, the big subplot was where Ruby's Razzle's nose was, and I'm afraid for Mark Wallace, it was 5th rather than 4th.
It's what we want from a Trainers' Championship,
Look how close they are. 13 between the 6.
It went to the last, and everybody was scrambling around and trying to find out who's actually won the Trainers' Championship. It was so exciting once again. Kevin Hutton once again. That's 3 in a row. You know, that's a tremendous effort, and you know, up there with people like Charlie Lister and Linda Mullins in terms of the amount of trainers' championships that Kevin has won, and certainly he's a young man. He's going to win plenty more for sure. Got to give mention, of course, to Jerry Hughes and Jack Tierney, the other members of the team of owners behind Peregrine Falcon, Olympic finalist behind Droopy's Buick as well. But it's John Mullins, of course, he'd be delighted to have stepped in to take Charlie Lister's place.
Two big winners tonight.
Massive.
That puppy mad about Owen, we'll hear a lot
Well
more
done
about
to
him, won't
Kev.
we, in the future.
Yep.
But Kevin Hutton is the trainers' champion again. Extraordinary how he's done it for the third year in a row. He's won 2 of the last 3 races, 2 winners and a second. Good enough for the big man, Kevin Hutton, to take the prize and retain his crown. Well done to him, Peregrine Falcon. There's the Greyhound that got him 7. That's Velvet Blaze, though, who got him that all-important 7 points. It's getting very noisy downstairs. Let's go and join Daryl to find out more.
Listen to this. This is for Kevin. Wow.
Who won the triple crown?
Kevin. The triple crown. Let's get some more reaction from Kevin. Goodness me. You're the hero here tonight.
I don't know about that, but yeah, amazing. As I said to Julie earlier, we had no idea when the dogs crossed the line what the actual result was.
I don't think anybody did. There was this mad fretting of adding up, and nobody seemed to know, but you've won it by a point.
Is that what it is? I mean, that's amazing. You know, I knew we struggled the first couple of legs, and then 1 or 2 didn't go our way. To still finish like we did and win this for the 3rd year running. I think only Brian Clemenson's done that before, so you know, to walk in those footsteps is not too bad. So no, really proud, and a massive thank you to all our staff, all our owners, our physios, Robert Meek and Martin Lanny. You know, it really is a massive team effort, and we certainly wouldn't be stood here without all of those people. So thank you very much.
And you're absolutely right, of course, you emulate Brian Clemenson, the only man or the only trainer to have won this 3 years in a row, which means, of course, next year, Kevin.
Pressure's on, we've got to qualify for it first, so you know, the hard work begins again now to qualify for next year. But no, just truly honoured to have won this for a 3rd time. It's a very, very special event to win. They're not easy to win, so yeah, very, very proud man tonight.
And how important is it, Lord Hesketh, for Towcester that we've got a Towcester-based trainer taking the big prize?
I think it's really important for Greyhound racing that we've had a night which is fantastic, a night to remember. 3 points dividing 3 fantastic trainers covering most of the country. What more could we ask for? And it's just the start of what I hope for us is going to be a vintage year with the Derby here on the 1st of July.
Well, absolutely. If this is the aperitif for what is to come over the next few months, we're in for something very, very special. But the casual observer loves it to go down to the last leg. They couldn't be more pleased this evening.
I wanted to go to the last leg too. I had money riding on it, but I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to go and visit my bookmaker.
That's for another time. Well done. It's been a great event. Ricky Holloway here, the chairman of the GTA. Ricky, just tell us once again what this means to the association.
Well, I just think on behalf of all the Greyhound training associations, we'd like to celebrate with every trainer that has taken part. Tremendous congratulations to Kevin, outstanding performance. Great thanks for Dave Houghton, who's organised this event this year. He's done absolutely brilliant. And one word to sum up tonight, class. And that's what you get when you're a member of the Greyhound Trainers Association. Pure class, because we know how to do things, we know how to organise things for the good of greyhound racing.
Well, Ricky, you and your association have delivered a fantastic evening for us all. I think this will live in the memory for a long, long time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Thanks to Lord Hesketh. Brilliant.
Let's go back to Julie.
Well, we're seeing it year after year now, aren't we, where Kevin Hutton has such a loyal team around him. Owners, family. This is Pat. This is Donna's mum. And you're a massive part of the team, aren't you, Pat? She washes the dogs' duvets every week. All of them. You do loads, don't you, at the kennels?
When they can find me, yeah.
And then he puts you through this every year?
Every single year. Yeah, I'm the mascot, really.
And you're complaining because now you're not going to get any sleep tonight, are you?
No, it's good though, isn't it? Quite enjoying. We can get the wine out when we get home.
Does he have to do it the hard way like this?
Every single time he puts us through the mill, absolutely.
Have you enjoyed your night?
Yeah, absolutely wonderful, Julie. Always do. It's wonderful. Thank you.
Good. You deserved it. You deserved it. A loyal set of owners as well. What is it about Kevin Kevin, do you think?
He's just genuine. That's what it is. Him and Donna are spot on, and we go over every Sunday, and everybody enjoys it. There's a nice family feel within the kennels, and we all get on with each other. That's all it is. And then obviously Kevin knows his stuff as well, which helps. So, yeah, spot on.
And they care so much for their dogs, don't they?
That's number one for them. That is number one. They're brilliant with the dogs. I say we've only had the one dog with them so far, but what we've seen, we won't be going anywhere else. To be honest, it's spot on.
No, he's brilliant. Loads of connections down here enjoying themselves. Who's Darryl got?
Julie, thanks very much indeed. Kevin's alongside me now. What a great advertisement for a competition, for a championship.
I can't believe this competition seems to get better and better every year. I mean, we had Central Park, Sittingbourne it was then a couple of years ago, a few years ago, sorry. What a climax. I mean, how's the Miracle Man done it again? He's done it again. But listen, fantastic, yeah.
He has this knack of winning this event, we know that, and he seems to do it by a multitude of different methods.
I just think, I mean, God knows what price he was at one point. I think he probably would have hit bigger than he did 3 years ago, but listen, he's a great trainer, and it's been a tremendous competition, and we're hugely appreciative to all trainers who have supported this competition as well as they have, and thank you for making this a great event.
I'm sure you're delighted, obviously, that it's a Towcester-based trainer. Bear in mind when we think back to the Bags Track Championship and how that finished in the end, but it's just been a great evening, hasn't it, full stop?
It's a celebration of Greyhound racing, and it can only move on from here. Obviously, we have got the Greyhound Derby coming up. We want to make the sport proud, as I keep saying. You know, this is a great start for us, and hopefully shows people what we can do as a venue, and we can only kick on from here.
Listen, it's starting to rain, but we don't really care, do we? It's been a great night, and we thoroughly enjoyed.
Champagne? I don't know.
Possibly it is. Yeah, where's the champagne? There's normally champagne when this man's around. Thank you very much to Kevin. Let's go back to Enzo.
Thank you, Darren. It's been very exciting again. It's another Lazarus-style comeback from Kevin Hutton, the Miracle Man, as Kevin Ackerman just called him, and he certainly is.
Yeah, he's a tall man. I mean, he's in lofty company as well. When you think the Savas won 3 times, I think the Gaskins won 3 times, John McGee won 3 times as well. There's only one man prior to Kevin who won 3 in a row, and that was Brian Clements in 2002 to 2004. I'd say the big man and the not-so-big man, but a great guy nevertheless. And that's fantastic for Kevin. I think Towcester, once again, has done us proud, staging, a fantastic Trainers' Championship, and all goes well for the Derby, of course.
Does. Turn the clock back, of course, an hour and a half. I think he was bottom, wasn't he, Kevin Hutton, at one point, after, 3 or 4 races?
It is a fantastic
turnaround.
It's always been a great betting event as well. And, yeah, sometimes, a trainer can have a hatful of winners and run amok. But, generally, it produces a tight finish, as Towcester, proved with a track championship. Again, points-making prizes, it can go to the wire, and it did tonight.
We've had so many exciting finishes here, and of course in the Bags Track Championship, as we had with Towcester come from well behind to win at Perry Bar in December. Another brilliant comeback from Kevin Hutton, and there's that wonderful trophy that will be heading back to his Burford kennels tonight. Not after maybe a drink or two in the Hut box just down the corridor from us
this is his home track, as it is for Mark Wallace, but the other trainers were more than happy to come to Towcester. Of course, it's the home of the Derby. It's a chance for their greyhounds to run around the track as well. So they were ready to take Mark and Kevin on. It's not quite worked for them, but I tell you, they put up a good fight.
I tell you what, how hard is Wallace going to try and win this next year?
Mark, you've only won it twice. Come on.
It keeps happening.
Well, mother-in-law as well has won it. Does that count? Maybe, possibly does. I don't know.
Yeah, the visions of sort of Wallace trying to strangle Kevin Hutton or something, but of course they're great rivals, great friends as well.
Absolutely,
and, It's been a wonderful night. Many thanks to Hobbsy and all the team tonight. Of course, thanks to Julie, thanks to Darryl, thanks to Errol for the commentaries. Great night again, Hobbsy. Many thanks for your company tonight.
Never lets us down, the Trainers' Championship.
It's been a great night, isn't it?
Great stuff.
Yeah, once again, he came up off the canvas to land the knockout blow. It's King Kevin III at Towcester. Good night.
Good night.
Well, fantastic scenes down the presentation area just now. Kevin Hutton is the champion once again. No stopping Mr. Hutton this year. 3 times a winner now. Congratulations to everyone associated with the Kevin Hutton team. Meanwhile, things move on apace here at Towcester. Our next race, race number 10, coming up very soon. In fact, the Greyhounds are behind the boxes for the Towcester, home of the 2017 Derby Marathon. 2 laps of the circuit then. 906 metres the trip. Looks like Tiers loaded them up then for this open race, the Towcester home of the 2017 Derby Marathon. Just a couple of greyhounds left to load then. Last chance to get your bets on for this race. Remember, 2 laps, everybody, 2 laps. Tier checking them over then, full race number 10. There she is up on screen, gives the flag a wave, so the hare's running. Buddy on the spin for the Towcester, home of the 2017 Derby Marathon. Bonnie approaching the boxes then for this marathon contest, 906 metres the trip. We are off and racing away. 5 very slow in the stride, but still a long way to go. Remember, Low Hill Teddy up front. It's Trap 4's going to lead around this first corner. Trapper Kate for Angie Kibble. This Hall Green Raider leads by about 3 to 4 lengths down the far side from Trap 3. Ribble Atom for owner Lord Hesketh and trainer Mark Wallace. Then comes the one dog, Kilara Pharaoh. Round the 3rd and 4th corners we go now, though. It's Trapper Kate out and clear, still by about 4, 5, 6 lengths possibly from one a distant second at the moment. Now Kilara Pharaoh, then comes 3, 6, 2 and 5. They're well strung out with a whole circuit to go, remember, and it's Trap 4, Trapper K that's made all to this point. Still the tasty advantage as they head down the far side for the final time. 1 making inroads now, then comes 3 trying to stay on. You need binoculars for the rest. Only 2 more bends to go now in this marathon. It's been all about the 4 dogs so far. Trapper Kate, they are edging closer though. Trap 3 staying on very nicely for the governor, Lord Hesketh, approaching the final corner. It's Trap 4 collared now by 3. He's going to challenge up the inside. 4 from 3. 3 goes on. Ribble Atom lands it for the governor. 3 beats 4. 1 back in 3rd. 3, 4 and 1. Confirmation of the result of race 10. First was Trap 3, Ribble Atom, owned by Lord Hesketh, Tremor Mark Wallace. Second Trap 4, Trapper Kate. Third Trap 1, Kilara Pharaoh. Result 3, 4 and 1. 3, 4, 1, the result of the Towcester, home of the 2017 Derby Marathon.
Right, more home winners for the Towcester track, which is fantastic. Lord H, congratulations, well done.
Didn't she do well?
She did it brilliantly, brilliant stuff. So I think I've got a birthday presentation for you as well from somebody in the crowd. So we'll see. I think we've got, who have we got? Sally Humphreys, is she here tonight? Sally, come and join us. Come and present this trophy. Sally, come on in. Happy birthday to you. Now Sally's from Rhodes Primary School. I think they're... I'm not sure whether these are pupils or teachers, but never mind. Pupils, I can tell, yes. I can see where we are. Now, while we're waiting for the winning greyhound to join us, ladies, I'm sure you've all got wonderful voices, so you can sing happy birthday to Sally. Okay, have 3. 1, 2, 3. Sally, I have to say, I assume the music teacher isn't here tonight.
Actually, she is.
Really? Where's the music teacher? Charlotte! 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 Charlotte, the music teacher! Where's Charlotte, the music teacher? That was awful, wasn't it? I'm going to get you now to do a solo for us of Happy Birthday.
I'm not the singer. I'm the instrumentalist.
I'll come back to you. Sally, I think I've noticed a flaw in the application of the music teacher. Can't sing. Mark, well done to you. Commiserations, but great to see the two Towcester trainers, first and second.
Yes, and I've just seen Kevin and Donna, and thoroughly well-deserved victory for them there. They come back, last three runs there were tremendous, and they deserve to win it, and good luck to them. They're a great kennel.
And to do that 3 years in succession, obviously Clemenson was the last one to do that, wasn't he?
I haven't got a memory as long as that, but yeah, if you say so, yeah, no, fair play to Kevin and his staff. They work extremely hard, and they deserve everything they got. And I was pleased that we just got as close as we could, and our team ran as well as they could. And it's nice to finish off with a winner for Lord Eskiff tonight.
Was indeed. Well done indeed. We'll get the trophy presentation done. Lord H, come on in. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody who's paying school fees at Rhodes might want to reconsider this actually now. Brilliant. That's great. Well done. Thank you very much. What a mark. Sally, we better just wish you a happy birthday as well. So, was this a surprise for you tonight, or did you know you were coming here?
I knew I was coming here. I didn't know that lot had stitched me up.
Really? So it worked perfectly, didn't it?
Yes.
Can I tell you,
Back tomorrow.
not one of them knew your age. We guessed at the birthday. It ranged from, wait for this, 41 to 49.
I'll have them tomorrow.
The person who said 49 is available. The details can be supplied to you later on, I can tell you. But have you had a good night tonight?
Had a lovely night, thank you, yes.
And you've presumably been here before?
No, never been here before, but I've done quite well tonight.
And you're going to come back, aren't you?
Definitely.
Do you know the Greyhound Derby is here on the 1st of July? I think you ought to be here.
I think we should all come. Yes, everyone?
Yeah, brilliant. I just have a quick word with Lord Hesketh as well. Hang on, he's just... Take Sally's details.
She's going to have a copy of this picture.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Sally, a delight for me to take your details. Do you have a card at all?
No, I don't.
Don't worry. We'll get that sorted. Lord Hesketh, just quickly, I just want to have a quick word with you because obviously with the crowd here. First of all, congratulations on your win. As you said, she did it brilliantly, didn't she?
Absolutely fantastic. And many a month's training bill has been removed to worry about.
And just what an atmosphere tonight. I mean, a brilliant crowd, great fun, great atmosphere, and what a finish to the championship.
I think I can safely say that's the best night in the 2 years and 4 months we've been open.
That says it all, doesn't it? And everybody coming back, not just for the derby, but on a Saturday night, on a Tuesday night, come and experience the Towcester sensation and what it's all about.
I hope so.
Well done, congratulations. I've got to go now. I've got to get Sally's details. This job's a hard one to do.
Yeah, Roger's off to get Sally's details. Meanwhile, here are the details for race number 10. The full order of finish was as follows: 3:41.562. It was 3:41.562. The distances were 3 1/4, 6 3/4, 2 lengths, 4 1/2, and 1/3 lengths. The winning time for Trap 3 Ribble was 56.38. 56.38, the winning time in race number 10. Greyhounds are out and on parade then for our next race. Race 11, another open race, this time over the timber. 480 metres hurdles is the Watch All Trials live at Towcester.tv. Hurdle stakes. Runners for race 11 are as follows. Track 1 is Priceless Sun for owner Mr. A. Farsnage and Mr. R. Farsnage, and trainer Jason Foster at Central Park. 2 is Nance Hunter for owner Mr. S. Locke and trainer Jane Houghton. In 3 is Straight Edge for Mrs. Crichton and Lyles and trainer Jean Lyles. 4 is Paradise Alberto for the Victoria Concordia Limited Syndicate and trainer Jason Foster at Central Park. 5 is Dunham Felix, owner Miss D. Houghton, trainer Jane Houghton. And 6 is Razzle Dazzle Radio for Mrs. Burrell, Jensen and Wilson and trainer Rick Holloway at Central Park. Full betting show then for race 11 up on your big screen now. And the monitors around the stadium, you can see that Trap 6, Razzle Dazzle Radio, this absolute superstar of a hurling greyhound, is a very warm favourite. Long odds on Razzle Dazzle Radio. Most of the others double figures for this open race. But bookmakers taking no chances with Razzle Dazzle Radio. Six to 1 on down within bookmakers is the 6 dog. Next in the betting, trap 5 Dunham Felix, a 6 to 1 chance. So Greyhounds approaching the starting traps for race 11. Just 2 minutes left of betting on this hurdle open. Six to 1 on then. This good thing, Razzle Dazzle Radio. As of course had his colours lowered here at Towcester in the past at long odds on. Hoping for better fortune here tonight though. It's 8 to 1 trap 5, 10 to 1 traps 2 and 3, 12 to 1 trap 1 and 16 to 1 trap 4. Jackets coming off then as the rain begins to come down ahead of race 11. And the Greyhounds are now being placed into the starting traps for this hurdles open. Going in for the Watch All Trials live at Towcester.tv hurdles. Loading, loading. All loaded then for race 11. Tia giving them a final check. She's happy, waves the flag, so the hare's running. Bunny on a spin for race 11. It's to watch all trials live at Towcester.tv hurdles. Bunny approaching the boxes. Off and racing away. Breaks pretty well on the outside. Does Razzle Dazzle Radio. Leads them well with his first jump with trap 1 up alongside Priceless Sun, and Priceless Sun it is that leads down the far side. It's trap 1 from 2 in second, 6 on the premises, then comes 3. Over that jump nicely was the 1 dog up front, 6 looming large on the outside now though, and pressing the leaders into this third corner. Goes clear, Razzle Dazzle Radio, goes 2 lengths clear now from 2, the nearest pursuer, Nance Hunter. Only 1 hurdle left to jump, and the radio's got this in the bag. Over the last, he pops. No dangers, 6-2-3 in race 11. This fantastic display by Razzle Dazzle Radio, taking it up at the third bend and landing the spoils as a favourite should. Confirmation of the result of race 11. First was trap 6, Razzle Dazzle Radio for Mrs. Burrell, Jensen and Wilson. Trainer Rick Holloway at Central Park. Second trap 2, Nance Hunter. Third trap 3, Straight Edge. Result 6, 2 and 3, 6, 2, 3. Result race 11. Winning time of 28.80, 28.80 then for Razzle Dazzle Radio. Recently lowered the track record at Wimbledon. Some run that here, 28.80. Replay up on screen then of race 11. Trap 1 it was, it led early doors. Priceless sum for Jason Foster. 2 and 6 were soon on the premises though, Nance Hunter. A recent open race winner here at Towcester, and the eventual winner, Razzle Dazzle Radio. And here came the winning manoeuvre, jumped that one down the back very nicely indeed, did Razzle Dazzle Radio, and just pressed the leaders into that third corner. Accelerated round those last 2 bends and really had it in the bag, only the last to jump. And an exhibition jump over the last, popped over it to make sure that the spoils were landed. 6 beats 2, 3 back in third in race 11.
Right, thanks Andy. And we've got another Andy joining us now. So, a birthday boy. Well, that was kind of, yeah, okay. How could he get lost between there and here, eh? Here he comes. Hey! Hope that jacket doesn't shrink. Hope it's waterproof. Andy, welcome to the winners' enclosure.
Thank you.
And we didn't know which birthday this is you're celebrating.
40th.
40th. Well done indeed. Here we go. It's not often you see senile dementia at such close quarters, is it? Eh? Here we go, Jim. Well played, Jim. Here's the trophy to present. Thank you, Jim. Well done indeed. They looked after you in the restaurant tonight?
Yeah, it's very nice, thank you.
Brilliant. Is the birthday today?
Friday.
Friday, okay. When you're 50. Yeah, there you go. Oh, your dad's out again. Look, he's waving up there, I can see. There he is. Right, here we go. Razzle Dazzle Radio, here we go. Come on in. Come on in. Connections, here we go. Now, I heard Ricky say this will be a procession earlier. Well, it was. Brilliant. Well done. Congratulations. We'll get a photo frame done and we'll get the picture put in there for you, and that'll be ready a bit later on, okay? Yeah. So we don't actually give that one. We don't present that one, but it's a different one that's coming to you. But yeah. So we actually need that one back. Andy, don't go away. Andy, don't go away. Because the choir up there have promised to sing you happy birthday now. So who do you think's got the voice of an angel?
My dad, that one there. You keep saying it's my dad. It looks like he's old enough to be a dad looking at him, but...
Okay, well, he can lead us off then. So, guys, after 3, quick rendition of happy birthday for Andy. 1, 2, 3. Well, I have to say you've brought tears to his eyes. It's not emotion, I can tell you. He's brought tears to his eyes. But Andy, have a great time. Have you been here before, or is this your first visit?
First visit. We've had a really good time. It's been really enjoyable. Food's been very good. I've had a nice time, thanks.
And was this your idea, or will somebody book it for you?
One of my colleagues at work, David Lloyd, who's here this evening. So, good idea.
Had a night off from his sports clubs, has he? Like David Lloyd?
Yeah, he needs to go to one of those fitness gyms, looking at him, to be honest.
That's not him in the red, is it?
That's the one in the red, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can see. Yeah, just get a close-up of you, David, if you'd like to come forward. Look at that. He was 3 stone lighter before he sat down tonight. What wonderful value we give them in the restaurant. But have a great night. And tell me, when you booked this, or when you came, did you realise the significance of tonight, that we were live on Sky and it was the final of the Trainers' Championship?
We did, yeah, a couple of weeks ago. We realised it was going to be a big meeting, so we're very fortunate to have booked it for this evening. And it's been great, thanks.
Brilliant. Any winners?
None.
Not yet. Okay. Head on. Hope you get one in the last. Andy, great to see you. Happy birthday. Thanks, guys. Give him a cheer as he goes back in.
Well, the full order in for race 11 was 623.514, 623.514. The distances were 4 1/4, 1 1/2 lengths, half a length, 4 1/4 and 2. And the winning time for Trap 6 Razzle Dazzle Radio was 28.80, 28.80, winning time, race 11. Well, just a reminder, our next race, our final race of the night, race number 12. Trap 2, Free as an Eagle, has been withdrawn. So race 12 will actually be a race for just 4 greyhounds only. Traps 2 and 6 vacant, so just 4 greyhounds will go to traps in the lucky last. The Thanks for Coming Safe Journey Home Stakes. Grounds on parade then for the finale. The Thanks for Coming Safe Journey Home Stakes. Runners for race 12 are as follows. In trap 1 is Rappery Soldier for Mrs. Creighton and Lyles and trainer Jean Lyles. Trap 2 is Vacant. 3 is Minar Speedy for owner Mr. D. Houghton and trainer Jane Houghton. 4 is Mossrich Mirage, Mrs. Mosh and Tunnicliffe and trainer Kevin Hutton, the man himself. And trap 5 is Mount Taylor Law, owner Mrs. A. Gorn and trained by Seamus Gorn. Remember, trap 6 is Vacant as well. Just 4 greyhounds. Go to traps for race number 12, the Thanks for Coming Safe Journey Home Stakes. S2 the grade for the 655 metres contest. Jackets coming off then for the finale here at Towcester tonight. What a night it's been. Big thanks to all the trainers involved this evening. It's been a fantastic evening. Just one more race to enjoy here at Towcester tonight then. One more chance to win it big, potentially, as the Greyhounds load up for race number 12. It's a Thanks for Coming Safe Journey Home Stakes. Don't forget, we do it all again here at Towcester on Saturday. Super Saturday is the norm here at Towcester now. 2 meetings. First one kicking off at 9:34 in the morning. 8 dog races in the morning. And we've got 14 races in the evening as well. Saturday night. Super Saturday, not to be missed. Meanwhile, one more race to go here. The flag has been waved for race number 12. The hare running for the last. Bunny on the spin. Bunny up behind the boxes. Off and racing away for the finale then. Minar Speedy that leads early doors for trainer Jane Houghton. About a length or so clear from 4, who's forced to check in second place. Mossrich Mirage for Kevin Hutton. Then comes 1 and 5. About to pass the judge then with a whole circuit to go. It's trap 3, Minar Speedy that leads. 4 still very much on the premises. Likewise, the 1 dog, Rappery Soldier, is going to challenge down this far side. 5 still close enough as well. Mount Taylor Law, if good enough. Down the far side we go now. The 4 Greyhounds tightly bunched. 1 making a move on the outside now though. Rappery Soldier is going to lead them off this final corner. 4 and 5 bumped off the pace. So up front, it's trap 1. Challenge now again by the 3 dog. 5 come back more on the outside as well. Mount Taylor Law. Mount Taylor Law is going to lead them off the last 5. 1, 3 all in a line up to the wire. It's going to be a head bob, but 5 gets up. 5 beats 1, 3 back in third. In a thrilling finale, Mount Taylor Law lands the last. 5, 1, 3. Confirmation of the result. Race 12. First was trap 5, Mount Taylor Law. Own Mrs. A. Gorn. Tremor Seamus Gorn. Second trap 1, Referee Soldier. Third trap 3, Minar Speedy. Result 5, 1 and 3. 5, 1, 3. The result of the finale was the Thanks for Coming Safe Journey Home Stakes.
Right, there we go. Final race of the evening. The Thanks for Coming Safe Journey Home Stakes. So, hope you have a safe journey home. Seamus is on the scorecard. My trophy presenter's gone home. So there you go. Anybody want to present a trophy? Anybody want to present a trophy? I don't mind. This is your opportunity. Don't be shy. That lady there with the fur hat, come and present my trophy. Come and present the trophy for me. Your dad will look after the bag for you. Come on through. Well done. You come on in. Your name is Emma. Warm welcome to the winner's enclosure, Emma. Empty the trophy out of the water out. We don't present that. You just use that in the photographs, okay? And who are you here with tonight?
Sorry?
Who are you here with tonight?
Here's my husband, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law.
Husband and father-in-law. Well done indeed. We better give them a name check.
It's Mick, whose 70th birthday party today.
70, did you say birthday party?
This is 70th, yes.
Who's this, Mick? Yes. Mick, happy birthday to you. He shouldn't. His probation officer won't allow him this far away from the tagging system, so he's got to stay there. Seamus, come and join us. Here we go. Look, here's the winners. Well done indeed. Congratulations. Well done. Oh, story of our life, isn't it, eh? We didn't even find your winning jacket, look, did we? Never mind. Brilliant, brilliant. Do you get a nice photo of Emma there? Well done, we did. Emma, thank you very much indeed. Well done, Seamus. Good night. And there we are from the winner's enclosure. Hope you enjoyed it tonight. As I say, we do it all again on Saturday. Super Saturday, as we're calling it now. Meetings in the morning and the evening. And if you've enjoyed tonight, you've enjoyed the atmosphere, don't forget we're home for the Derby. So all the rounds coming up over the summer. Hope to see you here. Good night from the winner's enclosure.
Yeah, thanks, Roger. Good night, mate. Yeah, it's going to be some summer here at Towcester. It's going to be the place to be for all Greyhound fans over the next few weeks and months. It's all happening. What a night tonight. Congratulations once again to Kevin Hutton. Thanks to also to everyone that's taken part in tonight's Trainers' Championship. Of course, everyone who's helped organise it as well. Some night here at Towcester tonight. Live long in the memory. Kevin Hutton, the comeback king. 3 on the spin now. Congratulations to him once again. Meanwhile, wrap things up for the finale. It was race number 12. The Thanks for Coming Safe Journey Home Stakes. Order in 5-1-3-4, 5-1-3-4. Distances were 3/4 of a length, half a length and a head. And the winning time for Mount Taylor Law in the last was 40.39. 40.39. Winning time in race number 12 here at Towcester tonight. That, as they say, is a lot. So don't forget, we do it all again here. Saturday, Super Saturday, as Roger alluded to. 2 meetings to enjoy. First race, 9:34 in the morning, Saturday. Broadcast live on Towcester TV, as well as on At the Races as well. Then we do it all again in the evening on Saturday night. First race, 7:15, 14 races this Saturday. Again, free entry to all patrons. Hope to see you all there. If you can't make it, be sure to tune in on www.towster.tv. But for tonight, that's a lot. Good night.